stupid.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best, but Memphis Depay was another striker who was apparently allergic to scoring for United. He scored just 7 in 53 appearances, a huge letdown since he'd helped PSV win the Dutch league just a season before joining. Last one, Angel Di Maria was set to be United's landmark signing when he joined in 2014, but 1 season later he was already on his way out. 4 goals in 32 games was just not good enough, given he'd broken the British record transfer fee when he signed. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the Prem for a while, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
It's just a nightmare. My life's complicated, Gav. Yeah. I need a new body. I just need new organs.
Are you saying I've got hippo hips?
Yeah, Liverpool just 4 points behind Tottenham now. 4 points.
I've got a defibrillator just in case things go wrong.
You're talking out your dirty air.
This, I'm sorry, is an absolute scandal and a disgrace. Go! You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in gold. Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in.
What possessed this?
Oh dear.
What possessed?
Yeah, it was my ears had a big infection in my right ear and my left ear was blocked.
Did your balance go?
Did it go? I sat here, I thought I was going to fall off the
told you.
chair.
Chris Wood said that a period at Rangers.
Yeah.
I think it was a big centre back. It might have been big Paul McGugan. Somebody came in and smacked him, and his balance went.
Yeah.
And I think the big one was. I think it might have been 5-6 weeks or something.
Oh no, that's the worst I've been. Honestly, terrible. So hopefully, but these lights don't help. But I've said to them, turn the lights down. But did they listen? Did they?
That was bright. I mean, they are bright, aren't they?
And it's stupid, all because of internet or whatever it is, or what is it? I've no idea now. What is it? YouTube.
I don't
Well,
know.
you're a bunch of
Who's a
tubes
tube?
and not listening to me. That's why.
It's a tube. I was just saying.
And what is this? What's this rubbish in front of me?
I was just saying. Oh, I've just noticed.
You just noticed something wrong with your eyes.
What is that? When you get under that?
It's like grocery shop in here.
Yeah, they're trying to look after you, aren't they?
Oh, there you go. I'm
What?
gonna
See
hit
that
you
one's
with-
that's the stuff over there. You need to go into that. The
What's this, honey?
aye that. No,
Oh,
that's
it's all sticky.
that's
Horrible.
that's a. What is that?
I've no idea and I'm not trying it.
Short. It's a short.
I might have a wee bang at the Baroccas. That might do.
Well, one of them later on.
Aye.
Anyway,
what have
she-
you been up to? Never mind me.
I watched the game last night. What I do? I've just been watching the football, pal. Really. Nothing much. Watched the wee man Saturday. Watched the big man Saturday. Watched the football on Sunday. Never moved.
I'm bored now.
I was a bit
I
bored
hardly
last
go out
night.
anymore. I don't go down to the pub. I'm sitting there watching movies. Some of the movies.
What you been watching?
Oh, some of them are murder, honestly. I watched We Were Soldiers again. That was brilliant.
You like that?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's a bit at the end. You'd love it. It's a Scottish song. I'll stand my ground, stand my ground.
Is
when
that
they
it?
come. Don't know. It's Mel Gibson. It's a great. I've told you before. It's
You
a
have told me.
brilliant movie.
Have you seen that one? The new one. It's the Return of the Man that never came back.
Eh? No. Some of them on that. You know the different. You've got all the different.
I used to
channels.
do my wee man with that one all the time.
Oh.
You seen that one? What's that? It's just the Return of the Man that never came back. Ah dear.
Some
Good
of
to have
them-
you back,
some
pal.
of them are murder,
So
honestly.
what? You have told me about that film.
Racing, we're watching racing, catching up with Dublin ahead of Cheltenham.
What are you thinking? Gordon Elliott,
I really
Fag
enjoyed
to
it.
File.
Well,
Some good performances.
fantastic
Gordon Elliott,
he
are good.
was.
It was good, eh?
Tell it ran well. Gaelic Warrior or
Yeah.
Gaelic Warrior. He ran well. He was off. He was just on the bridle 2 out. But the Gold Cup's a bit further up that hill, so will he get there? Remember
Yeah.
Brazil beat him.
Yeah.
But he can
Course they
back
do.
him up the hill.
Alright.
So that was an interesting bit. Factor Phil never put a foot wrong. Brilliant.
What about Harry for the?
Ah, it'd be brilliant if Harry can win it.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. If Harry can win it, I'd be.
It'd be brilliant.
If you said to me, put 50 quid on that, it'd be on Harry's.
It'd be great.
Oh, but absolutely.
How it won that last one was amazing, eh?
Yeah.
Bravery.
Listen, I didn't see the football last night because I was in Suffolk and I had to leave this morning pretty early.
Wasn't there a lot happening, all?
I was at me, Hearts. Are Hearts going to blow this?
Well, I think that's the third game out of 4. We'll check up. They've had a man sent off in the league. It might be third out of 5. They managed to win the first 2, but it caught up in them yesterday.
Yeah.
I think a big boy Halkett got a red card for being the last man. And then they lost a corner, which they're normally excellent at. Boy came in and had a great header. With about 2 minutes to go, might have been less than that. Just at the last kick of the ball.
Yeah.
That's a.
And then Rangers.
I watched Rangers on Sunday. Al.
Hibs Rangers.
You know, I'm not sure either team did enough to win the game, to tell you the truth. You know, Rangers a goal disallowed, right on the edge. Hearts, I beg your pardon, Hibs are a couple of chances. I'm looking at. I'm not thinking either team really did enough to win the game. And I'm watching Celtic home to Falkirk. Falkirk not a bad team. Do you know them one I like? They're going about their business. Motherwell.
Oh, no. A few people said to me they're playing the best football.
They are, mate. I'm telling you right now. I think they are. So it's all heating up, but that was a really sore look at you. That was a really sore one for Hearts. We'll get the Hearts.
It's wide open now. Eh?
We'll get the Hearts fans back on and then watch that game last night and let us know what they thought.
Listen, I don't want to go over it, but I've watched so much football. Man City, what are they playing at? City.
I don't know.
What are they?
I've got no idea.
They need someone in there. As much as the great ability and the athletes they've got and the great footballers, they need someone who's going to get a hold of them with a scruff of the neck.
A killer.
Absolutely.
I know what you mean.
We don't lose this now, right?
I know.
I don't care if it's not pretty. We don't lose it.
Mind you, Al, what about that at the weekend? Does that not just sum Tottenham up, right? Murder.
First half,
Murder.
terrible.
Murder first half, and then the second half, I thought they were brilliant. Honestly,
Well, I was with my son-in-law and a pal, and they're big Tottenham fans, and they were disgusted at half-time.
Oh, you would be.
Then I got a text near the end saying, I can't believe it. What I would say, and it's very controversial, but I don't care. I don't think Tottenham's first goal was a goal.
There you are.
I don't. He's kicked through and kicked the leg.
He's kicked the ball as well, though.
But he's got the leg first.
I don't know if he has.
Oh, he has. I've watched it 10 times.
By the way,
I've watched it 10 times.
I watched it more. I'm not winding you up. I actually sat and watched that perhaps 20 times, right? And he sticks his leg through Gay's legs, right? Now, you're probably right. There probably was contact, but you can't see it looking face on, right?
Well, what are VAR doing?
He definitely kicks the ball, touches the ball, it goes onto Gay's foot and kind of loops up a wee bit.
But then he does kick. He kicks Gay back his leg.
I'm not sure.
And it's Gay who kicks the ball in the back.
You're getting soft, You're the one man.
I'm just going by the rules.
You're the one man. I came in this morning and said, Big Al will back me up. There's got to be a goal here.
No.
How can
Listen, I want Tottenham to, but I looked at that, I thought, nah, it's going to be disallowed.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I promise you. No doubt in my mind that is.
It's funny because they're all going on about it. Pep's going on about it. Rodri's going on about it. I'm giving a go.
No, not me.
It's funny, that, isn't it?
Yeah, not me. Not in the current rules and VAR looking at it closely and slow-mo from different angles. I'm sorry, VAR is the biggest load of trash they've ever invented. It is.
It's the biggest.
Load of trash. We're no better
VAR
with it.
is the biggest load of trash we've ever invented.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
You might be right. And you know something? I'm the biggest hypocrite of the lot because I wanted it. I thought it'd be a good thing. And I hate it. I hate it all. I mean, it stops. Imagine the fans going to games now, sitting 3-4 minutes waiting and you can't celebrate. You're looking at the referees.
It's the worst thing ever. Then you get that clown Infantino giving it large to the British fans about, what result? No one got arrested. I thought, what about the stabbings that go on in Italy, you tube?
I know, I'm not having him. But you're talking about VAR. Do you know where I was on Saturday? I went down to Talbot. Went down to Auchinleck, Talbot versus Atherley. Oh, it was brilliant, man.
Atherley Juniors?
Aye.
My brother played for them, believe it or not.
Did he really? I went down there, I went down to Auchinleck and Saturday, and it was just magic. You know what I mean? No VAR. Punters having a pint and a bovril, watching the game. Boys are blethering into each other. Referees falling out every day. And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was
the
brilliant.
Way it should be.
I'll tell you, I really enjoyed it.
There's loads more. I've been watching too much football. I'll say to myself, stop, have a break. What
about your own team? Casey was on to me. He's not happy.
They're they're not spending it, are they?
No. I find that unbelievable. I find it incredible.
But I tell you now as well, I'm a wee bit worried about Ipswich.
Why? What makes you say that?
I thought they were guaranteed 1-2, but I'm not so sure now. I think Barber are keeping it going.
I bet them last week 72 or something.
What, to finish? To win it? Ipswich to win it? Hope you're right. I do. I hope you're right, but I'm not so sure at the moment. You look at Hull of it.
Hull nothing each last night though.
Yeah.
Well, who were they playing? Watford, wasn't it?
Well, Watford, you just can't work Watford.
No idea what's happening with Watford.
No.
But you never have, we never will with Watford.
And Bristol City Derby, I watched that game. I thought this would be tight. Oh, Derby battered them.
5, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely battered them.
I love that championship.
It's so open, isn't it? Anyway, who we got coming up, Ali? We got Piers Morgan coming up. Poor Piers had a fall, didn't he?
He did. Did he break his leg or knee injury or knee?
Hip.
He got a hip replacement.
Yeah.
Michael's coming on.
Michael Owen, yeah, we'll see how Michael.
We've got a NFL superstar. He's still talking to us. Will Gavin.
Who?
Will.
Oh, is he? He's still with us, is he?
He's in San Francisco at the moment. I was watching him yesterday. He's shaking hands with some San Francisco ex-NFL superhero that he was salivating all over.
See, I remember him.
When he'd nothing.
Sharing a room with Ollie, our producer, on a camp bed.
Look at him now.
And he broke it.
He's running about there on Fox and NBC.
Is he really?
I'd have been some room, him and Ollie.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine?
Sharing a room. Big Jim's. He's lost about 5 stone since then. He was chucking them out.
Look, no, but hey, you done a bit of timber yourself, pal.
Me?
Yeah. Looking well.
Bored, that's right. Right, what we got coming up? Man City, Newcastle. One or two people fancying Newcastle. Thought that, by the way, I really enjoyed that game before we
Liverpool.
I really enjoyed it.
That was a great game, wasn't
And then
it?
Chelsea West Ham was a cracker.
That was a great game as well.
So they were great games for me.
Yeah.
You know, talking about football and passion.
Both great games.
Really enjoyed that. I don't want to talk about disallowed goals and VAR and stuff. They were great games for me.
Agreed. And you really
Right, we'll
enjoyed
come
that.
back to that. 6:15 on talkSPORT. Coming up, we turn attention to the back pages and an extraordinary press conference from Pep. But the big news this morning is, get rid of these cabbages, by the way. I'm alive and kicking. Go on, Jim.
Brentford Football Club have called out Gabby Agbonlahor this morning.
Oh, don't get me started, Ali. Honestly, Ali, I've never heard Villa Park so angry. Listen, was the ball 100% out? No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know.
For those of you not watching at this moment in time, I can just exclusively reveal that the ball did look out.
Okay, Ali, you know what? I'm going to give you some info about Brentford, all right?
Now, wait a minute, before we get any further. Are you accepting now that the ball might have been out?
I can't really tell. It's camouflaged
Brentford
with the
fans,
pitch.
it's looking out to me, that's all I'm
I'm
saying.
colourblind, I can't see, Ali. So, Brentford's G-Tech Stadium only holds 17,250 fans.
Oh my goodness.
Teams with a bigger capacity. MK Dons, 30,500 in League 2. Notts County, 19,500 in League 2. Bolton Wanderers, 28,700 in League 1. Bradford City, 25,000 League 1. Huddersfield, 24,500 League 1. Port Vale, 19,000 League 1. Plymouth Argyle, 17,440 League 1. Bristol Rugby Stadium, 27,000. Leicester Tigers Rugby Ground, 25,000. Brentford social media Twitter followers, 398,000.
That's good.
Back Page Review on talkSPORT.
.621, right, Katie's back with us for, excuse me, the back pages, and I was just saying to Katie earlier, I heard you at Portman Road.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, when you go to the reporters there and it's just the right time, Katie was brilliant, right?
Oh, thank you, Alan.
Always is, Al.
Oh, thanks, gang. Yeah, there was a live goal and then there was a live penalty, so it turned into
One
commentary.
kicked off the line and all sorts of...
All happening. And that's the best thing. The worst thing is when you go all this way to these grounds and it's a 0-0 and they never come to you. So, no, I had some good luck at Portman Road. Kieran McKenna's probably... he sees me most weeks. But, yeah, let's see if Ipswich can clinch promotion.
I think they will. He does. He's not so sure.
Yeah, well,
Borough doing well, level on points to Coventry.
Borough doing well. Coventry just a wee bit blip at the moment, aren't they?
Pompey are picked up, and Ipswich Pompey, that was...
was it
postponed?
Played, didn't it? Yeah.
Why was that postponed?
Waterlogged pitch at Fratton Park.
We need to give it to Steve-O. Can't get his
Yeah,
pitch in
it's all
order.
about money as well, isn't it? You know, Pompey have always struggled lately with money, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah.
So, the back pages. Lots of pictures of Kai Havertz. I was at the game last night. I left at 90 minutes, so I missed Kai Havertz's goal, which I was absolutely gutted about. But great to be there as a fan. So, lots of headlines. Have it. Kai has final word for the Gunners on the back page of The Sun. Roaring to Wembley on the back page of The Times. And so, lots of love for Kai Havertz. He's come back firing. So has Gabriel Jesus. So, you've got 3 number 9s now.
Mm-hmm.
2 former strikers. Who are you starting out of those 3?
Cool. Maybe Havertz.
Yeah, he holds it up well.
Yeah. Gyökeres.
I keep wanting him to do well, Gyökeres, but he's not.
Do you know what I think Gyökeres is?
He's not living up to what they bought.
No,
but he has scored 4 in his last 7.
Yeah,
11 goals so far this season.
You know what I think?
But
I'm after Havertz.
I think he'll do. I think Gyökeres is one of these centre forwards that'll do all right. No better than that. Do you know what I mean?
You don't think give him time until, next season he'll come good?
I see him getting, excuse me, probably getting 15 to 18. But he's not going to get the
What was the
30
difference in
Haaland
price, Ali, off the top of my head? Ekitike to someone like Gyökeres? About the same?
Might have been.
So Gyökeres came in for 64 million.
Ekitike's, for me, I think he's great.
He's been one of the signings of the season.
I think he's great.
Everything about him. I did not make the comparison, Alan, before Emdy gets carried away, but he kind of moves a little bit like Henry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not like the great man. He's got a bit to go before he's a great man.
Yeah.
But, in that way, he's a glider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's not scared to toe Portugal or score great goals.
There's only 5 million between it, Gyökeres came in for 64, Hugo Ekitike 5 million. Hugo Ekitike already on 16 goals, Gyökeres on 11. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Gyökeres' return's it's not bad.
Yeah.
But that's what I think
he looks more threatening and clinical in front of goal. I want to move on to this story regarding Pep Guardiola. He's spoken out.
Some moan, aren't they?
He's having a moan. Here we go. Pep's at his wits' spend. Speaking here in the back page of The Sun, Pep Guardiola heaped pressure on rivals by claiming they do not win trophies despite spending more than him. But the sarcastic Man City boss, and we'll get into if he is being sarcastic or not, joked he was sad and upset the Etihad hierarchy and not splashing more cash, having lavished 455.8 million in the last 4 windows.
Listen.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect, I've got the utmost respect for Pep. I've never said a bad word about him. But now is the time. Now the time he's got to get a hold of these guys, get them by the scruff of the neck and say, you can't keep throwing leads like this away. Soft goals. Do you want to win anything again or not? Do you, are you just going to sleep, far posts and stuff like that?
Defence
it's
is
ridiculous. It's nonsense because when they're on the ball, that's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes they overplay. You ask any City fan will tell you. And but the talent they have is brilliant. But they need a bit of stealing there, and they haven't got it.
I think they made some good signings. Cherky, I think he's a terrific player. Semenyu's excellent. Haaland's not been firing at this moment.
Did they need Semenyo?
I like him.
I like him. I think he's a top player, but I think they had to get someone at the back better.
I don't disagree there. I think that's where the problems are. I mean, if fullbacks are okay, right fullback I'm not so sure about. Centre backs, Kusanov, no, I'm not convinced.
And someone in there digging in front of the back centre-backs.
Well, Rodri's not back to his best yet.
No.
Right? I mean, he will be. I mean, he's come back from a serious injury. And I think clearly a fabulous player, fantastic player. But he's not at his best yet.
I want to see someone barking out. They might say, that's old-fashioned. I don't care. It's City to get back in it. They need a general in there to say, right, we're 2-1 up. Come on, we don't lose this. You need someone on you, right? Verbally on you.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Not just saying, oh, God, we've lost another, you know. That's not good enough. Not good enough.
Well, Pep Guardiola ahead of their game against Newcastle, the semi-final, which you can hear at 8 o'clock on talkSPORT tonight. He's also come out with this. Pep Guardiola, this is in The Guardian, has spoken out against killings across the world, including in Sudan, where a paramilitary group backed by the United Arab Emirates, which in effect owns Man City, is embroiled in civil war that has cost more than 150,000 lives. Guardiola named Sudan when talking about conflicts where innocent people were dying. War crimes are said to have been carried out by both sides in the conflict. So he goes on to say here, never in the history of humanity have we had the info in front of our eyes more clearly now. The genocide in Palestine, what happened in Ukraine, what happened all around the world, in Sudan, everywhere. What happened in front of us, if you see it, it's our problem as human beings. I mean, for him to come out not only about speaking about, the football side of things with saying rivals need to win more trophies because they spend more, but now talking about these war crimes, what do you think is going on with Pep at the moment? Do you think that he's do you think he needs a break? Do you think he's cracking under the pressure?
I don't know.
Why is he coming out with all of this all of a sudden?
I think he's coming close to, I can't do any more, I've done enough. I need a break.
The first thing people will ask him why, talking about Iran, which is the most kind of topical one you would think. People will say, why are you not talking about that? Yeah, I think that's a dangerous road to go down. Unless you're going to get into it full time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, if you think about it, once again, religion's got a lot to do with it, right? Wars.
Everything.
Minerals and oil.
Yeah.
It's pure greed. That's what it is. It's pure greed.
But it's funny, I know. I'm just wondering, you're asking the question there, Katie, is it as if he's is he not 100% focused on Manchester City? He looks focused to me during the games, right? There's no getting away from it. He looks as competitive and as focused as he always has been. But I don't know whether he looks a little bit more frustrated nowadays. He definitely looks a little bit more frustrated.
Do you think the hunger's still there?
Oh, I do, yeah. I do. I'd
love to know what he said in the dressing room. 2-0, cruising at half time.
I know, I'd love to.
I'd love to be a fly in the wall at the end of the game. What'd you say to the players?
Yeah.
Does he give them a rollicking? Does he get into one or two players?
I mean, the form has been, you look at you need to help him out here, obviously United results, Tottenham result, been dropping points everywhere, haven't they? It's a Brighton scoring late on a 1-1 draw. And yet, there's a couple of people saying that's it, it's finished, it's all over. Still, 12, 14 games to go. There's still a long, long way to go, I think. And what's it, 6 points behind? So you wouldn't be giving up any.
Oh, I think it's over now.
You've still got to play each other. How can you be giving up the ghost?
No, because the way they're playing, the way they're giving easy goals away. That's why. Arsenal don't give easy goals away like that.
No, they don't. That's the one thing they absolutely don't. You take away Zubamendi's mistake against Manchester United, if you score against Arsenal, you've earned it.
Coming up next, our war correspondent live from it's everywhere, isn't it? And if I hear any more about Andrew, and if I hear any more about Manderson, I tell you what, have we nothing better to talk about on the news? It is doing my head in. Big thanks for all your texts and emails this morning. And my live up next will cross stateside to speak to the latest man to get a star on the Walk of Fame. Big Ginge, yes. Will Gavin's with us next.
I'm up here to try and win a couple of football matches, you know. And if there's a bit of what shall I say, shenanigans going on in the background, I can't do anything about that at this minute. But seriously, when I get an opportunity, I shall try and join the Peace Corps sometime and try and work it out from there.
No, but they are far apart, Martin. And we see it. We see the protests all the time.
Yeah, well, it's not close. It's not close. Yeah. So what would you want me to do, Joe?
He wants you to be a sort of UN delegate. Listen, if you bridge this gap, are you going to build a sense? If you bridge this gap and you chase Hearts down,
there you go.
Are you going to build a sense of entitlement in yourself about this job past the end of this season? Are you going to have a little bit about you and push yourself forward and say, "Excuse me, I think this is an opportunity I should be getting"?
Yeah. Right. That's well and truly in the future. I wouldn't know. The chances are that I would not.
Well, you know yourself, don't you? If you chase Hearts down and win this league, would you want this job if it was there to be gotten?
Yeah. Would I want the job? Do you want an answer now?
Yeah,
probably
I do.
Not.
Yeah, I do. Because I know you would.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
You don't want it.
Are you serious, Martin? Probably not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it full time.
Yeah, but listen, lads, you two are young men. There's a difference. You know, you're young men, you're vibrant.
He's not young.
No, he is. But listen, everyone's young comparison to me. So, and I do not. Listen, lads, that's seriously. It's the first time. I think I spoke to my wife there recently. She said, "The first time you've worked in your life." And it was it's extraordinary.
But Martin, come on, you'll be 74 in March. I know that. But you're a young 74 and you love what you're doing at the moment.
Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round. And as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Just gone 25 to 7. talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon, so check it out right now. Ali's with me. Right time now for a bit of this.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown! into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. What a play by Topman Holmes. There's the snap. Brady throws it, and it's caught for another touchdown. Stepping up and throwing deep down the sideline is caught. It's caught. The Patriots win the Super Bowl. There's a Hail Mary, but it's intercepted, and that's the game. It's over.
Yeah, that's right. We are another day closer to Sunday's Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots, live on talkSPORT. And we're the best commentator in the game for you. No, not me. This man has gone from making Paul Ross's tea in the overnight show to signing autographs out in America. He's gone viral once again after being spotted with one of the best players in the game. So to find out if he's getting on a flight back, let's cross over to our man out in San Francisco. talkSPORT's very own celebrity across the pond, NFL editor and viral commentator, Will Gavin, Big Ginge. Morning, Ginge.
Morning, Ginge. How are you, mate?
Morning, lads. Honestly, Al, that's one of the best things I've ever heard. How you're not in the booth with me this Sunday is astonishing, because that was just sensational for me.
Listen, Will, in all seriousness, mate, I've been following you. The build-up started. We're off and running. Make a case for me. I mean, I can't see anything other than the Seahawks, man. I mean, I'm probably a little bit blinkered with their victory over the Rams, but I can't see anything other than a Seahawks victory.
Look, Ali, my first Super Bowl was Super Bowl 49, when these Patriots and the Seahawks faced off for the last time in a Super Bowl. And I've come to 11 since then. I've been following it for 25 years. I've maybe never felt more confident about a Super Bowl pick than I do about the Seahawks this weekend.
Yeah.
But what I'll do, you want me to make a case, so let me make a case. The New England Patriots have Drake May. Drake May is one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. If he wins this weekend, he'll be the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, and he is just sensational. They've got a great coaching staff. They've got a great defense. And you just think, like, if they could rise to the occasion, and you want to look over the last, I will enjoy this. We'll talk some betting lines here. If you look over the last 16 years, anytime a team has been favoured by 4.5 points or more, they've lost the Super Bowl.
Wow.
So actually, from a Seahawks perspective, they are favoured by 4.5 points right now. That could be a poison chalice, and it might turn out that we get a surprise Patriots win. I'm picking the Seahawks, to be very clear here. But it's been so many good games over the years, whether we've expected a blowout one way or the other, and the Patriots are definitely going to turn up and make a game of this.
So, Will, scene set a little bit. Is it pouring in San Francisco? Is it cold? Or
it's a little bit chilly right now, late night, but we've got a beautiful clear sky above us. Right now, we're in Redwood City, about 5 miles outside of San Francisco. We're at the EA Sports.
You sure, Will? There's no one behind you. This is a Super Bowl. You look as if you're in Reading train station.
Well, we decided to come out a little bit because it's getting a little bit rowdy inside, a little bit loud, a little bit messy in there. But basically, this is the big media party on Tuesday night where all the media members turn up in force, make a lot of noise, enjoy themselves. Wednesday morning can maybe be a little bit ropier than any other morning on Radio Row, but this is, it's a chance to let loose on what's such a busy week for everyone. San Francisco so far has done a sensational job of hosting, and it's just going to keep on building and keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we build up to Sunday.
Well, you mentioned about Drake May, but talk to me a little bit about Sam Darnold. I mean, we've got a supposed NFL expert in here, Ollie, who you know very well, told me quite categorically that Sam Darnold would bottle it last week. He was absolutely nothing short of tremendous. Was it last year he came?
Was that Sam Ellard?
Sam Darnold. Obviously, I think he came for the Vikings. JJ McCarthy come back in, they shipped him out to Seattle. He's been absolutely different class, and along with what's his name, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the two of them have been terrific, haven't they?
Jackson Smith and Jigba, in your accent, by the way, Ali, is the way that should be pronounced by everyone at all times. Sam Darnold's an amazing story. 5 teams he's played on already before the age of 30. No quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl when they've played on 5 different teams this early in their career. And you mentioned it, Minnesota last season took them to 14 wins, lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Rams. Everyone said he choked. Everyone said that he couldn't do it in a big game. He comes into this season, he goes back-to-back 14-win seasons, only the second quarterback to do that behind the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. And he's just got this great underdog comeback story. And I'll tell you what's really impressed me about him this off-season is that when he's under pressure, when there's a chance there's going to be a sack, when the defensive line are getting towards him, in the regular season he had 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in those situations, was an average to below average quarterback. In this postseason, he's been under pressure on every single touchdown he's thrown. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think Sam Darnold might have that clutch gene, might have that special thing in a special moment. He didn't show it in Minnesota, but for Seattle this postseason, he's been brilliant. He was sensational against the Rams last weekend when everyone said they didn't need to put it in his hands. Threw for over 350 yards, had a brilliant game, and honestly, it would be an amazing redemption story for my fellow Ginger. So I am rooting just a little bit for Sam Darnold this weekend.
So, Ginger, Seattle against the Patriots, East Coast versus West Coast. What sort of percentage of the crowd will they have down in San Fran?
It's interesting. It's been a quiet week fan-wise so far. We haven't seen the city start to fill up. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Being out on the West Coast, being not far south of Seattle, you can drive down here in about 9 hours, short flight, about an hour or so down the coast. I think if I'm going to predict it, I think we'll see a heavy Seahawks crowd. I think, the Patriots have been here so many times, 12 Super Bowls they've been to, 7 of those in the last, 10, 12 years. They are a team who have been so dominant over a period of time. And yes, okay, they've not been to one for the last 5, while the Chiefs have been dominant and while Brady has been away from New England. But even on their return, I would expect Seattle to turn out massive. And because San Francisco are their big divisional rival, imagine you're Arsenal. You get to the final of the Champions League, and by the way, they're holding it at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. If you're an Arsenal fan, you are packing out every single seat in that stand, right? So that, for me, might make a bit of a difference. I think Seattle will turn up in San Francisco in a massive way over the next few days.
Well, we're going to a break, but I need to ask you very, very quickly. We're really looking forward to Bad Bunny at half-time, but I'm not even got time for that. English coach at the Seahawks, you've not gave him a mention, Aidan. What a job he's done.
Adam Dirty has been absolutely sensational. We got 5 or 6 minutes with him last night at opening night. So down to earth, such a lovely guy. What a story it would be if he were to win it as the first British defensive coordinator. He'll be the first ever British head coach in the NFL within 12 to 24 months. I absolutely guarantee it to you. He's a smart guy. He's a great guy, very down to earth from Middlesex. Done a brilliant job. And so we are massively rooting for Adam this weekend.
Well, I met him when I was out in LA about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Absolute gentleman. I'm rooting for him too.
What a great guy.
James, we'll speak to you on the build-up to the big final, of course, Super Bowl final. Will Gavin live there from San Francisco.
I'm looking forward to that Bad Bunny at half. Are you looking forward to Bad?
I was going to ask him Sexy Dexy, but you took all this time up again.
No, but I mean, come on.
The reason why Ali Will doesn't do the commentary, he couldn't get that Hail Mary in. Also, Winter Olympics starting, Lindsay Vaughan will race Super G, which I'll talk about that in a minute.
You're on your own with that one, I can tell you.
Right, 6:44.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
Still to come on Breakfast, massive superstar show on the way. 2001 Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen will join us. World Cup winners Martin Johnson, Jason Robinson will be right in the studio to tell us who win the Six Nations. By the way, I'm looking forward to this. Starting tomorrow, which is surprising. England kick off their campaign at Twickenham on Saturday against Wales, and this man will be here to gloat.
North London forever, whatever the weather.
Yeah, broadcaster, massive Arsenal fan, Piers Morgan will join us. He must be at his bed now. Will join us after Arsenal book their spot at Wembley for the Carabao Cup final next month. That was our breakfast preview. Our good friend, Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with...
I've just had a conversation with Cundy, which I find completely remarkable, and I'd like you to tell the nation because I want to know how other people have witnessed this.
So, I don't do it anymore because the barbers I go to now have this little white thing they put around my neck and they tuck it around the shawl that you wear when you sit down.
Yes.
But I used to, and this is going on for like 10, 15 years, I'd go into the barbers I'd go into and I would take my T-shirt off and he would cut my hair with the bare...
So you'd sit in a barber shop with your shirt off?
My shirt off, but I...
Just your chest out?
No, because no. Because what I don't want is I don't want the hair touching my T-shirt that comes off, right? So hair on the T-shirt, forget that, or shirt, whatever you wear. So now I don't need to do it because the guy puts this thing round and then he tucks it around the shawl.
Yeah, I know what that is, mate.
Right.
Everyone goes to a barber shop.
Right, I know, but the barber shop before didn't do that. And I used to think, so I take my T-shirt off, sit in the barber's chair, and then he would put round the shawl that everyone's got and tuck it round my back. I can't have hair on my T-shirt. So it's an absolute no-no.
So you sat in a barber shop with your top off and a shawl over you?
Yes.
Well, you're such a weird guy.
I don't think that's weird.
It's so weird.
I don't think it is.
Do you mean you just sat there in a barber shop? No one does that.
I do. I guarantee there are people listening to this going, I know what Cundy's on about there.
I've been in a barber shop for 25 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone with their top off having their haircut.
Well, you didn't go to the barber shop. I did. You walked in with me. You'd have seen it.
There is something wrong with you, honestly.
It's true. I guarantee the people going, I know what Cundy's on about. Don't like that hair on the... Once hair gets on the T-shirt, there's no...
No, I get the hair on the T-shirt.
It's irreversible.
No, I get that.
Right, okay.
Just go home and change your T-shirt.
Well, what if you're not going home? All day you're going, got that itch.
Right, 4 minutes after 6. I'm still alive, okay? Now, listen up. How does winning a trip to South Africa next winter sound? We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 excuse me, the New Year's Test in Cape Town, cheering on England. By the way, did you watch any of the cricket? Yes, that was incredible.
Enjoyed it. T20.
Oh dear.
It was
Ali.
They were. They didn't set a great target, did they?
No. 127 or something.
I think the spinners took 9 wickets, which is amazing. All right, mate, so you can secure 2 places with the official Barmy Army, putting you in the heart of the atmosphere for every day of the match at one of the world's most iconic cricket grounds, and it certainly is that, I can tell you. Flights, hotels, tickets and spending money are all covered. The countdown's on. You've only got until 4 p.m. this Friday to get your entry in. Listen up, here's how.
Your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 and do that right now. Right, Katie's back with us.
Katie.
Yes, so the game between Blackburn...
You told us you were going.
I know. I kind of forgot that I had this hit, but I'm back. Much like Alan Brazil is back.
Early finish your day for you.
All right, half day. Thank you very much. Blackburn against Sheffield Wednesday last night. They beat them by a goal to nil.
Saw that.
Yes.
See the crowd?
Well, that's the thing.
Oh my goodness.
So it's actually been called the saddest fixture. It's been called the saddest fixture in football. So if you're watching on YouTube or your smart TV, you may have seen, like you just mentioned there, footage of Ewood Park last night showcasing an empty stadium moments before kickoff.
It was. I mean, I saw it. I think it wasn't a picture. It was on the phone or something, and it looked, honest to God, it was terrible.
It looked like it was only a couple of thousand before kickoff.
It was a real shame.
Well, especially because two giant football clubs that have been run into the ground by their owners. Blackburn obviously won the Premier League.
Yes.
You've got Sheffield Wednesday, who won the First Division 4 times as well. And it's now been 100 days, the Times are reporting, that Sheffield Wednesday have been in administration. So I'm asking you guys this morning, how sad is it to see clubs like...
We're looking at it now.
Blackburn, here we go.
It's
completely empty.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
It's just
absolutely
really sad.
Incredible for a championship fixture between two great old clubs. I mean, look, there's hardly anybody there.
Yeah.
Shocker, isn't it?
I mean,
there's more. It probably looks as if there was more at Portman Road when I watched it. Was playing them.
Yeah.
They brought a few down to Portman Road, but they didn't have a lot to sing about.
Particularly, I mean, in Sheffield Wednesday, we know the problems they've had, well documented. Am I not right in saying, I just looked at it was a game I think Blackburn had to win it. Yeah. And they're still sitting in the bottom 3, Blackburn. Because West Brom, by the way, what about West Brom?
Shocker. Absolute shocker.
Honestly. Because I was surprised. I must admit, at the weekend, I was looking at the champ. I couldn't believe where Blackburn were.
Yeah. Well, Blackburn, they're out of the Championship's bottom 3.
Yeah.
They won their first game following Valérien Ismaël's sacking.
Am I not right in saying they've dragged West Brom into it? Is that correct?
I can't believe West Brom are as low as they are. So you've got Sheffield Wednesday at the bottom, then Oxford, then Blackburn. But the kind of talking point around Blackburn and Sheffield Wednesday, this has been rumbling on for Sheffield Wednesday for such a long time now. The Times are reporting there are questions being asked about this ongoing process. Are you surprised with how long this is taking for Sheffield Wednesday? It's 100 days.
Big club, big city. Really, maybe there's stuff in the background, debts that we're not aware of. I don't know. Ali?
The whole
big club, as you say. Ron Axon was there. Trevor Francis was there.
You got to say the whole city's had a really tough time of it. Sheffield United look as though they've turned the corner. Another victory last night, but Sheffield Wednesday doomed clearly when the points deduction as well. Absolutely doomed. They've just got to look forward, try and regroup, get themselves in order. Because they have got they've got a great support and a loyal support.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of teams are flying in there, though. Derby have put a real good run together, Derby County. They battered Bristol City. You look at Preston there. Watford are up and down. You just don't know what's going on. Like QPR, you don't know. Stoke have drifted back to 12th now. Birmingham and Wrexham. Let's give them a shout. They're doing well.
Very well indeed. I was just surprised, just going back to this Wednesday story. Chris...
they've been great.
Chris Wigfield, who is one of the administrators. I spoke to him when... Sheffield Wednesday had the Steel City derby back in November, and it was like, we've got offers, and this is all really positive. It still seems to be.
Remember that, yeah?
Yeah, and it seemed to all be, he was like, no, this is looking good and positive, and it's still rumbling on. So I suppose Sheffield Wednesday have not won, get this, 25 games now, and they can actually get relegated this month with a whopping 39 points below the safety line.
Has Barry Bannon gone yet?
Yeah. He's gone to Millwall.
Yeah.
So they've lost their captain. They haven't won in 25 games. And, the last time they won was in September. So I suppose a fan starting to lose faith with the administrators.
Well, if ever there's a football club, support and loyalty has been tested, I would suggest right now it'd be Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, and they will stay with them because they're a great support. But, I mean, I actually, when you mentioned that there, Katie, I thought that was... well in the process have been sorted out with the administration, the whole thing, but was that a month ago?
That was when I spoke to Chris, it was in November, so it's still rumbling on.
Not good.
Interesting, Katie, thank you. See when we see you tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. You watching the football tonight?
Yes, I will be. Yeah, because I fancy Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup final, the first trophy of hopefully many this season.
I think they might. Yeah, I think they might. I watched the game last night. I didn't really rock my boat. I can't lie to you.
Was it down to Chelsea and their defensive setup?
But I'm a little bit with Jason Cundy in this one. I can see what he was trying to do, and it might have been the best way of going about it. And you can argue it was all, for all intents and purposes, it was going to be nothing each. They'll try to put a little bit of pressure on the last 10, 15 minutes, and Havertz next to goal. But as a spectacle, I wasn't overly impressed.
And yeah, that West Ham Chelsea game was a crap.
Wasn't it great?
Or Chelsea West Ham. And
the West Ham, the West Ham white boys, I keep harping on about them. Somerville and Bowen, different class.
Yeah. Oh, well, Somerville I've always liked.
Yeah.
And the other game was a belter. Newcastle going to Liverpool and say, we don't care about your reputation. What a game that was, by the way.
Great game, wasn't it?
2 great games. Yeah.
Barnes is unlucky run off the post as well.
Oh, beautiful. Have we got him yet? Is he heading down?
I was working on it yesterday morning.
Is he heading down to the States?
I'm trying to do a deal. I'm trying to get him and Stevie.
You're trying to do a deal.
Stevie together.
Right, Katie, thank you. Coming up, we turn attention to last night's football. Havertz getting on the score sheet. We'll discuss next who Arsenal's best choice is at number 9. And yes, you've just tuned in, I'm alive and kicking after some time off. And at this rate, I could live forever. Plenty more Brazil coming your way. Another 26 years, I wish.
Baby, I just want to breathe. Baby, I just don't believe. Baby, you're the same as me. We see things I'll never see. You and I gonna live forever.
Back in 2024, when asked if Tottenham had fallen behind their top 6 rivals, Romero told Telemundo Deportes, maybe he thought that we wouldn't get to hear it, but we did hear it. He says, the truth is, Manchester City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad, Chelsea strengthened their squad. And then I think he puts himself in the situation in Tottenham. Those are the things to imitate. You have to realise that something's going wrong. Hopefully they realise it. Well, he's talking about the hierarchy, isn't he, Simon?
Well, he's comparing Tottenham to legacy football clubs and football clubs that are owned by nation states. So there's no real comparison there. But he wanting to make a point. There's nothing wrong with what he said there. It's whether he should say these sort of things. He said it more recently when he bottled the perspective of flapping his gums about people telling lies and then withdrew that particular statement. Say something, stick with it. It makes life difficult for Thomas Frank because people above him are going to say, do you have control over your players?
Yeah.
Not so much what the players think of the manager, but the manager, what the people above Thomas Frank think of his control over the players.
Yeah.
And
do you think he does?
Well, I think this guy's uncontrollable. I think he does what he wants. I think he thinks he's bigger than Tottenham Hotspur. I think he's bigger than his football club. And we've seen it previously a couple of times in the past where he's a very good player, don't get me wrong. I like him as a footballer. I don't think he's set the world on fire. He's made a few headlines recently because he scored a few goals and he looks like Captain Invincible. When it comes to his defensive prowess, I think he's left a lot to be desired at times.
I agree.
But I also look at it and say that, this is the culture that's being allowed to be seeded in this club. With respect to this player, and it's easy to be said, if I was senior manager at this club, he would have got one opportunity to say this. He said it 2-3 weeks ago, where he talked about people telling lies and only coming up when it suits them. That would have been his starter for 10. He would have been told in no uncertain terms by me or my chief executive, you're going to find yourself in a serious situation if you keep on flapping your mouth.
Corinthian Casuals are a team in the Combined Counties League Premier Division South. Despite that, they're one of the most important clubs in world football. Here's why. The club was formed in 1939 as the result of a merger between Corinthians FC and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, if you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
Okay, coming up to 7:05, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark's Real Sale. Your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale ends on February 16. Right, back in your radio, on your TVs, YouTube and smart TV, alongside Super Ali. Loads in the way for you this morning. Make sure you're tuned in at 8:30 this morning as we were joined by the 2001 Ballon d'Or winner. England and Premier League legend Michael Owen is with us for a full hour and half an hour. Michael will be getting ready for Chelsea. He gets a bit of Cheltenham, doesn't he?
He loves it.
I know he's flat, but...
It's flat mainly,
by the way, well done to George Baker. Was it yesterday, the day before, the 51 shot winner over the jumps, which is George and Candida always join us in the box.
Right.
Cheltenham and that. And he trains 1 or 2 for Fergie. George is a lovely guy. And there he was. Boom, up it came over the jumps as well.
Did George tell?
Yeah, I'm not. We'll also catch up with the Arsenal loudmouth. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Piers Morgan, who will remember, told us earlier this season that the title will be wrapped up by the 30th of March. Does he think they'll win the quadruple? Oh, dear. Plus, the producers were lost without me. What? DJ Ed cried himself to sleep every night. So they've organised an intervention for me and my health with the world-renowned behaviour scientist. No one's told me about this. Hypnotist and author Paul McKenna will be explaining how they can remain a true picture of health. In fact, I enjoyed it the last time Paul was in, but he wasn't in long enough, was he? Were you
No,
with me?
correct. Is he coming in against one or is it down the line?
Down the line.
I know.
Not the same, is he?
Sorry, asked.
Now, though, Arsenal are off to Wembley thanks to, well, it was late.
Brought down by Trossard. Ball from him to Rice. Rice knocks it square through the midfield. Kai Havertz to win it on the night. Round the keeper. Side puts it in. Arsenal are at Wembley.
Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes.
So Havertz struck against his former club to seal Arsenal's place in the first cup final since they won the FA Cup in 2020. He only returned last week with a knee injury sustained in August, and his manager, Mikel Arteta, told talkSPORT just how popular the German is in the dressing room.
I would have asked the question in the dressing room, who would you like to score the last minute goal? They would all say Kai Havertz, and it happened. And that's the beautiful thing about sports, in football in general, that you never know when you turn the corner and you fight when the joy is going to come, and he fully deserves that.
So there's Havertz, there's Gyökeres, there's Jesus. Who's their best option? We'll come back to it in a moment, Ali. Let's get more with someone who was there last night. Broadcaster, big Arsenal fan, Harry Simu joins us now. Harry, morning.
Harry, good morning.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Nice little final set for you, and things going well for the Arsenal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really, really important last night that Arsenal completed the job. I thought it was a really, really interesting game tactically. I don't know what you guys thought. I know it probably wasn't a classic for the neutrals watching on, but I just found it fascinating how, sort of Chelsea approached the game. And, we know Arsenal as a defensive side are really, really strong. They've got this resilience. They're able to keep teams at arm's length defensively. And I thought they kind of played into Arsenal's hands a little bit, and then to get that moment, to get the Kai Havertz goal late on and send Emirates Stadium absolutely crazy was kind of the icing on top of the cake, and everybody really loved it and enjoyed it. And as Mikel Arteta said, if you could have handpicked someone to score the winning goal, you probably would have picked Kai Havertz, because he's had a torrid season with injuries. He's had lots of challenges this season, and it was against his former club, a club whose supporters, not all of them, but a lot of them have mocked him since leaving the club. They were sort of laughing at Arsenal for spending what they did to bring him in, yet he's established himself as a really, really important player at a team that are in a cup final for the first time in 6 years and look pretty good for winning one or two other things as well.
You can say what you like about Havertz, Harry. He's a terrific footballer. I've said it all along. He is a very, very intelligent footballer. Tell me, a lot of people are obviously looking forward and enjoying the title race. I don't think it's over just yet. One or two people saying it is over. I'm not so sure. The one thing I have noticed, Harry, and it's understandable, is a nervousness within the stadium at the Emirates, which is natural, but clearly, and it inevitably does, it transmits onto the pitch. I don't think Arsenal have done they've not done a lot wrong this season. You look at perhaps Zubamendi's pass back against Manchester United. They've done nothing wrong, and I just think they're as strong a team. I look at the squad, and I looked at that bench last night, and I looked at the players they brought on at the weekend. I think it might be the strongest squad I've ever seen in the top flight.
It's a really stacked squad. There's no doubt about that. And Arsenal have had their injury challenges this season, yet continue to be consistent, which, kind of speaks to your point and highlights exactly what you've just laid out there. I think the nervousness in the stadium, I think it's just natural. Yeah. When you haven't won a league for over 20 years, there's going to be that desperation from the fans to see it happen. And sometimes that will turn into a nervousness. And yeah, people say it will translate onto the pitch. I don't disagree with that. I just think that if you're this group of players, you know that when you look within your ranks, you've got all the tools required. I just think it's one of the challenges that you've got to be able to manage, and you've got to be able to get through it. I've heard a lot of people sort of criticise the fans at times for that, but I don't think as a fan you can help it. I don't think you can help being emotional, being desperate to see Arsenal get over the line, letting out the odd groan when there's a misplaced pass or you think something should have gone the other way. I think it's on Arsenal's key players to step up and provide and produce the kind of moments that just settle everybody down. And I think it got to a point where it was quite noticeable against Manchester United. But again, that was a consequence of what had happened in the 2 Premier League games before that as well, where there was a bit of frustration at Arsenal not being able to find breakthroughs and sort of firing blanks, essentially. So I think you're right that there is a nervousness there at times, but I don't really know what the remedy is to that. In fact, I do know what the remedy is. The remedy is that your key players have to go out and produce the kind of moments that settle everybody down. But Arsenal are in a great spot. The title race isn't over. I agree with you. There's still too many games to play for anybody to be saying that. But this weekend could be potentially huge, couldn't it? With Arsenal at home to Sunderland and Manchester City away to Liverpool.
How did you feel at half-time? City against Spurs or Spurs City? What were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking, here we go again. You know, Spurs are not going to do us any favours. I was very, very tempted to actually turn it over and watch something else. But I stuck with it. I said, let me give it 15 minutes in the second half and see what happens. And once Tottenham pulled the goal back, you kind of felt that they were on course to producing something. And this Manchester City side have given us lots of reason to believe this season that once you get up and at them and you start to make runs in behind them and try and expose them that way, you can have joy against them. I'm not saying they're not a great side, and I still think they're in this, as I've already said, but they don't feel the same. They feel a little bit more vulnerable than they have done in recent years. So when they give somebody a chance as a rival fan, you do kind of stand up and take notice.
Yeah,
Harry, a quick one, because the question's done there for me, right? Harry, you've got a cup final tomorrow. Who's your number 9? Havertz, Jesus or Gyökeres?
For me, it would be Kai Havertz, but it has been all along. I think Gyökeres has improved in recent weeks. I think he gives Arsenal something a little bit different. But in terms of the one who's the most all-encompassing and all-round effective, can run in behind, can drop deep, I think Kai Havertz is still the one for me.
You're wrong, mate.
Yeah, I think he's the one.
Harry, nice one.
Thanks, pal. All the best.
Cheers, Harry.
Thanks, guys.
Arsenal fan and broadcaster. Just a quickie, away from the Premier, Champions League. How do you see that bubbling up, Champions League?
That tournament, more than any tournament, is all about peaking at the right time. I've still got a fancy for PSG.
Have you?
And I've seen nothing so far to back up my theory, to be brutally honest with you. But I just think they'll do what they did last year. I mean, they were 2-0 down against City. I think I was at the game in Paris, and then all of a sudden a switch get flicked and away they went, and they never looked back. But I tell you what,
it's open, isn't it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be rolling at Liverpool. I think
it's open.
Yeah, it really is open. It's wide open.
That second half, Liverpool the other day was against Newcastle was
excellent,
red hot.
It's funny because they look as though they clearly enjoy the Champions League when teams open up and come a right go at them. I know it's been well documented what Arne Slot's been saying about low block this and people defending deep and all that stuff, which they don't tend to do as much in the top flight in Champions League football. So they might just be a bit more suited to playing that competition.
We look forward to T20 coming up. Then we're going to talk Hull City. Look at Hull on the table, brilliant, and Paul McKenna around 7:45. Right, travel next.
My biggest regret playing for England and not playing for Scotland. So,
are you serious?
Harvey Barnes, don't do the same thing.
It's your biggest regret. You didn't know that. Playing for England.
I want to play for Scotland.
There you go. Did you really?
Yeah, that national anthem was.
Oh man, Flower of Scotland, unbelievable. You're getting me all sentimental, guys. We need, because you've got a lot of things going on. You've got a tour going on at this moment, a stand-up show called Defying Calamity, right?
That's right.
How do you go on tour and defy calamity?
Well,
surely they go hand in hand.
Yeah, well, they do a little bit. Yeah, it depends how the gigs go, but it's just great fun. You know, as you know, I do like lots of impressions of politicians and a few football and cultural people, and then I talk about having survived cancer a couple of years ago and the changes to my body as a result of it. So it's like mixing the personal with the political, and it's just great fun. You know, it's good to be alive.
Do you know what I'm dying to ask somebody like yourself, Matt? Where did do you just get an idea? Obviously, when you've got a tour planned, you'll go and you'll do a script and you'll have a line you'll follow. But where do you see the humour? Where do you find the humour? Is it in everyday life?
It's everyday life, and I think I watch a lot of the news, and then you see sort of hypocrisy or incompetence. You know, they're always like good things. But what I often try and do is I do this whole thing about. So I had the base of my spine removed, so I've lost bladder and bowel function, so I've got a colostomy bag and I have to catheterise. I'm currently having treatment for erectile dysfunction on the NHS. So that I'm not just going from like, here's a Trump impression and Keir Starmer to that, I'll sort of blend the two and say, who would I rather have as my doctor? Would I rather have Keir Starmer? Look, the reality is, you're in a situation now where you're probably never going to... Not bad, but I really enjoyed a bit of music on my way in this morning. Red Hot Chilies.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Whoa.
I've seen them a couple of times.
Have you?
Fantastic. Saw them in Glasgow. Fantastic. I'd love to see them. Never saw them.
Unique voice.
Nirvana.
Singing,
He's brilliant. Very good. Nirvana. Kurt Cobain no longer with us. Great. What was the album? That was it. Nevermind. A fantastic album. Absolutely.
So why are we playing this absolute banger? Because it's a 90s throwback, and that's what Villa are doing at Villa Park. They're doing a 90s special for the FA Cup game against Newcastle.
I love it, man. And this is going to include, I'll wait to hear this, they're going to sell 90 pence curly whirlies. By the way, I loved a curly whirly, man.
Yeah, no good. They used to pull your fillings out.
I know, but 90p Disco Chris and
Disco
90...
Chris, don't remember that.
Oh, remember. You must remember the discos. They were like...
Oh, no, I didn't like them.
They were like flying saucers.
No.
Oh, I love the short winning ones. And 90p cup of tea, as well as them encouraging everyone to turn up in vintage shirts. That'll be the Townsend.
Gabby will be all right.
Townsend, Gabby, Paul McGrath, all those boys.
Football shirts. I thought you meant
so.
Vintage shirts.
Oh, I'm guessing. Oh, it might be vintage shirts. It might be right.
No, you're right.
Some of the things we also missed. Teletext. Subbuteo, you must have played Subbuteo.
Yeah.
Who was your favourite team? Do you know my first team at Subbuteo? Bishop Auckland.
Was that?
Aye, the quarter. Remember the quarter? It was one navy blue, one sky blue.
Was my favourite.
Oh, aye. Stickers, remember the wee stickers as well?
That was my favourite.
And by the way, classic, players singing FA Cup songs. You must have get yourself involved in that.
Oh, we had a dream. Oh, FA Cup.
Oh, aye, you did.
No.
You were around 7, 8, were you?
I think, no, I was, but there was only one sub in those days, and I was just on the verge.
Ah.
Yeah.
Roger Osborne.
One sub. And Eric Gates thought he was going to be sub. And Bobby picked Mickey Lambert instead.
Is that right?
Oh, Gates, he's miserable at the best of times. His face was tripping him.
I can imagine, man.
I couldn't stop laughing. He was like, "Shh, go away. Go,
Brilliant,
just
innit?
beat it. Go away."
I can remember. You must remember, particularly as a centre forward, we used to throw the toys at the pram if you get dropped, didn't you?
Oh, well, I ended up having a couple of showers once. Honestly, we were having a cracking season. I had a growth in my foot. And every time I put my foot down, it was like an electric shock.
Yeah.
So eventually, I think, was it Aberdeen beat us? They said, you got to have this out next day. I said, yep, definite. You know, but it might not have been the next day. It might have been a couple of days later. Anyway, I had this growth taken off. And then I come back really quick. And he said to me in training, he said, "Oh, you're looking great. You've sharpness. You've not lost any fitness. You're looking sharp." I said, "I feel great, boss. Now I've got to do this." Because they used to jab me before the game, like a minute before, and then half-time another.
Yeah.
But it used to wear out just the last sort of 5-6 minutes. Oh,
agony.
Murder, honestly.
They had a great side, Aberdeen, at that time, didn't they?
So anyway, I had it out, came back, and all week he's saying, "Wow, brilliant. We need you back. We need you back. Great." So I get down there early for the game on the Saturday, right? And I don't know what happened, but they called an early team meeting, and I was doing my studs, my boots.
Yeah.
And I came in, I got my shirt on, I'm sitting on the floor, you know, sorting a few other studs out. And somehow I missed the team meeting. And in come Gatesy, Eric Gatesy, looked at my back, number 10, laughed. Paul Mariner, God bless, come in and he laughed. Paul Cooper, my mate, he came in and went, "Pfft." I said, "What are you laughing at?" He said, "You got the wrong number on, it's 12. I went, "No, isn't it? No, it isn't. No. So I bet the three of them I was playing, right? Because they hadn't seen me speak privately to Bobby.
Yeah.
Nah, made me sub. So I threw the shot at him. Went in the showers, had a shower.
No way, man.
Oh yeah, and he said, "Get out of here." And anyway, they pulled me out, and he says, "Get dried off. Get that 12 on." I'm like, no. So we have another argument. They're laughing their heads off, the lads. And they give me the 12, and the assistant was nasty, Bobby first. "Put it on, that's your lady job. Get it on now. I'll come over and sort you out." I said, "Will you?" Anyway, I sling it off, second shower, and they're shouting, "Get in here, you're upsetting the team, you know, with the start of the game."
Yeah.
And 3 times they asked me, I went on, and then said, they said, "About 2 weeks' wages fine." I says, "Yep, where's the 12? Where's my 12? Where's my 12? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Dropped me.
So that's great, isn't it?
He did. So we're all laughing.
I'm embarrassed at some of the tantrums I used to throw when he left. When Souness left me up, man, I threw the toys at the prom, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, you look back, you go, "What are you thinking about?" You know what I mean? You just wanted to play, though, didn't you?
Oh, dear. Honestly. But they were great days, weren't they? When you think about
fantastic.
That.
The
Plates
best.
of sandwiches used to go flying, and teas were flying. Fights at half time. They don't have that now, do
No
they?
chance. No chance. But you're absolutely right. I think of some of the dressing rooms at half time with Souness and Big Jock Wallace and even Walter, you know, man. You come in. I mean, people wouldn't believe what went on in some of those dressing rooms at half time. Scraps and.
I get chucked out of the gym once. He told everyone. It was big 5-a-side and all going about nasty Bobby Ferguson. He said, "One more word from you." I said, yeah, what? And he says, "That's it, everyone out." And he ran over, right? He ran over, locked the gym door, and threw these, there must have been 20 keys on it at me. I ducked, whistled past my ear. And there was a viewing balcony, right? And it's just me and him left. And all of a sudden, it was like little ferrets. The heads come up over the viewing gallery, Gatesy, Coop, all the boys looking down. He says, "Come on then, let's have it." Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. I remember the dressing room at Falkirk one day, Archie flew for me, right? Honestly. And the boys are holding him back, and I'm saying, "Oh, let him go." See, when you think about it, oh, dear me, Archie. I loved Archie, man. He's the best. Him and Walter, man. Dear me.
Right,
Happy days.
7:25, I know. 03717 223344 is the number to call, and why football was better in the 70s. We'd love to hear from you. We'll try and get some curly whirlies as well. Now, It's hotting up the Scottish title race as league leaders Hearts slip up away at St Mirren last night. The gap stays 6 points. However, Celtic Rangers both have chances to close that. They play their games in hand tonight, so it could be down to 3.
Yep.
Celtic go to Aberdeen. I was going to say a tricky game, but Aberdeen have gone a little bit.
Gone.
Haven't they?
No, you'd be staggered if it was anything other than a Celtic win. Although you never know. It's one of these leagues this year. It's incredible.
Should have called it be up there. Boss Martin O'Neill was on talkSPORT yesterday, and he was asked whether he'd want the job full time.
Right. Well, that's well and truly in the future. I wouldn't know. The chances are that I would not.
Well, you know
have...
yourself, don't you? If you chase Hearts down and win this league, would you want this job if it was there to be gotten?
Yeah. Would I want the job? Do you want an answer now?
Yeah,
Probably
I do.
not.
Yeah, I do. Because I know you would.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
You don't want it.
Are you serious, Martin? But probably not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it full time.
Yeah, but listen, lads, you two are young men. There's a difference. You know, you're young men. You're vibrant.
He's not young.
No, he is. But I listen. Everyone's young comparison to me. So, and I do not. Listen, lads. Seriously. It's the first time. I think I spoke to my wife there recently. She said, "The first time you've worked in your life," and it was. It's extraordinary.
Oh, it disappoints me, that does, you know.
Why?
I don't think the Celtic fans want to hear that either.
What have put?
They want the job at the end of the season. No, I don't. I don't like that.
Well, why? What? The man's been nothing.
He should never have gone in the first place. It was a disgrace what happened.
Now, wait a minute.
We've got him back.
And he's done brilliant.
He has done brilliant, so don't answer that.
Well, maybe don't. So you and I are now going to sit here and give the man stick for being completely and utterly transparent and honest with us.
I'm just saying, Celtic fans will be very disappointed with that.
Yeah, and so they should be, because he's a terrific manager and a terrific coach. However, he couldn't have been more upfront and more honest.
No, I know that, but I don't want to hear that.
Right, so wait a minute. You're now giving him stick for saying, giving us the truth, giving us how he really feels.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'd leave that to the end of the season.
So you think his line should have been, well, I'll just wait and see what happens, blah, 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 party line.
Let's see if I win it first. Let's see if I win it first, and I'll have a good think about it.
I think Martin gave the answer there. And remember, we're completely on the outside looking in. He gave the answer I 100% thought he would. Because I think he's come back. I think he's, done great with the team. I really do. They're clearly, massively still in a title race. And I think even if they do win it, I think he would think it'd be the perfect time to ride off into the sunset, because he's not 50 anymore.
Make that decision then.
But he's
not now.
He's not 50
There's
anymore.
a lot to play for. Don't make that decision now.
But he has made. I think he has made the decision. And by the way, he's well entitled to change his mind. But he was asked a question how he was feeling right there and then, and he gave us a 100% honest answer, and that'll do for me.
Well, honesty is fantastic, but for me, he should have batted that away.
Do you think his pals in that mid-morning show put him under a bit of pressure there, and he succumbed to the pressure?
Martin's too clever for them too. Martin, keep your opinions to yourself, for God's sake. Win it first and then tell us.
There's a train of thought Cundy and O'Hara might be too clever and smart for those two.
Coming up, well, Celtic fans, I'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
Are you happy with that? Or
Correct.
Not? I'm not been a Celtic fan. I'm not. I love Martin to bits. So I'm not happy.
Get them on. Absolutely. Get the Celtic boys on.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear from you. Text us, email. Come on. Coming up, we'll ask the question.
717-223344. You know the drill.
We'll ask the question. The Saudi League, is that a failure? Do we have to do this? That's coming next.
And I want to start with asking who's the best player you ever played with and why?
Played with. It's difficult when you've got goalkeepers, defenders, midfield players, Patrick, and it's supposed to be quick, isn't it?
Well, no,
okay,
you're all right.
Okay, good. Patrick and Manu Petit, great midfielders.
You only picked one, though.
Robert Perez, Mark Overmars. There was so many. Freddie Lundberg, so many quality players. Dennis Bergkamp, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry.
So 20.
Yeah, but Dennis is Thierry, greatest goal scorer. He's got the lead for the Arsenal, but I think I'm going to say Dennis because he can make goals and score goals. It's a big difference. He made most of Thierry's goals. So I would say the best player I've ever played with was Dennis.
That's a club one. What about internationally?
Teddy did that job for us, for England, and he was very underestimated. I think Teddy Sheringham, Alan Shearer was a fantastic centre-forward, bit of a throwback to the Haaland days where would have been Alan Shearer was a cup of tea for me. It was easy because he was like old school.
Just dismissed Haaland, Shearer,
exactly.
Easy to defend.
The kind of ones that used to stay, but Peter Beardsley's and Gary Lineker's. He would sit on your shoulder. He's very quick and stuff. But Brian Robson, I'm going to say Brian Robson because he could make goals and score goals. But he was the heartbeat of when I used to come through and I made my debut and stuff. He was a tremendous leader, phenomenal player. Yeah. So.
Henry? Sorry.
Yeah, when you played, were some games actually harder in training because you...
Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the two cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Roy McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to... Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round. And as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Okay, 25 minutes to 8 o'clock. talkSPORT Breakfast with Ally McCoist and Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon, so check it out now. Right, it's not been quite the season Ellen Haaland had hoped for. Saying that, just the 20 Premier League goals from his 24 games.
That's
it's unbelievable, isn't it? Including, but only one goal in his last 7 rookie numbers for a great, great striker. Before I go further,
What's rookie numbers? 1 and 7. See, that's the half empty kind of guys. I'll look at the 20 from 24.
Brilliant. But are City getting the best out of them at the moment? They're not, are they?
No, because they're suffering themselves. You know what I mean?
But see, if you're suffering, why don't you get the ball in the box
Earlier.
more to them? Yeah.
But I've thought that for a while. I don't think they. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think they necessarily play to his strengths.
But they're overplaying too much.
Yeah. Well,
don't get me wrong, keeping the ball, possession, people say it's everything, but now and again, take a chance, whip one in him.
I'm with you, mate. I mean, early balls into the box, crosses.
This guy could get 40 goals.
You know who he's missing? He's definitely missing De Bruyne.
Oh.
Man, MD would miss De Bruyne. Any forward would miss him.
Yeah. But if you're a midfield player, Ali, wouldn't you be looking, as soon as you get it, your first thought is, where's the big fella?
Where is he? Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's in action tonight, live on talkSPORT against Newcastle. Right, there's a bit of trouble in paradise where we asked this because we're going to see the start of the demise of Saudi football. Ronaldo striking from his club due to lack of transfer business. The number of quality players from Europe moving to Saudi in general has decreased in recent transfer windows as well, despite the incredible money being offered. So let's get right into this with someone who knows exactly what it's like, who worked over in Saudi Arabia, when assistant to Steven Gerrard, current Hull City assistant, doing a great job, by the way.
Yep.
Dean Holden joins us now. Dean, a very good morning.
Dean, good morning, mate. How are you?
Good morning, fellas. Makes a change of moment in the car listening to this show, so great to be on.
Dean, listen, first of all, with Hull, fantastic, mate. And I'm looking at the table here. You've got every chance here. This is a great run you're on.
Yeah, obviously had a hard-fought 0-0 draw last night at home to Watford, who were a very good team, by the way. I mean, listen, we took this position at the start of the season. We entered the season with a new management. I was brought in to kind of be the sort of English coach who's been there, done it in the Championship, knows it inside out, and guide the process, I suppose. And then we got hit with an embargo about 3 days into pre-season, so that was a huge surprise to everybody, including the owner. But I think we've recruited really well over 2 transfer windows. We've recruited some really top players, Championship-ready players who've been to the Premier League before. So to be sitting third, I think 9 points inside the playoffs for us, we'd have certainly taken it. And we've obviously got a big game against my former club, Bristol City, on Saturday. So we'll get ready for the next one, yeah.
Dean, tell me about that, because Big Al and I love that league, man. I absolutely love that Championship. But tell me, is it different? Is there any difference in that league to leagues that you've other leagues that you've coached and managed in terms of the physical demands on it? You look at the number of games, you look at Saturday, Tuesday, as I say, there's teams. Coventry look as though they've had a little bit of a dip. Hull have been fantastic. Derby are on a run. Ipswich on a run. I think it's one of these leagues that you're never going to show an incredible level of consistency all the way through. You're going to have a bit of a period where you'll dip.
But so many games.
Well, the physical demands, Dean, must be unbelievable.
That's the thing, I think, which stands out. I mean, as you said there, I think we'll probably come on to the Saudi league. Obviously, the tempo different over there. Turkey was very physical, but probably not the speed of what I've been used to in the Championship over the years. It literally is Saturday. So if you think about the logistics of the game, obviously the boys would have been getting home after midnight last night, recovery as much as possible today. Barely can train tomorrow, so the lads that need some training, the subs, etc., will do a little bit, and then we're into match prep Friday. And obviously another big game Saturday, and for the next few weeks after the Chelsea game in the FA Cup next Friday, we've got a period of 3 or 4 weeks where it's literally Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So that's I think the relentless nature of it. Unless you've been in it and lived it day to day, I think that's what's difficult to understand. But it's a brilliant ride. It's a brilliant roller coaster, I have to say. And you've just got to roll with the blows. And what the manager's done really well this season, guys, is he's been able to not brush a result or a performance under the carpet, but very much forward thinking, like right on to the next one. We'll debrief as much as we can, but very much okay. The next game's completely different. Yeah. We went to Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough on Boxing Day, who obviously had a really tough season. They were excellent, and they've not scored a goal since Boxing Day. So, you know what it's like, guys. It's anyone can beat anybody. It's a cliche which stands true.
Talking about standards, and Dean, is it possible to compare the Saudi top league to the Championship? I know that it's totally different. The weather's different. Are they similar, or is the Championship harder, stronger? How do you see it?
Certainly more physical. Certainly from a referee's point of view, they let a lot more go over in England than they do abroad. I think we all know that. But certainly in Saudi, there's a tempo slow down over there, like you say, with the heat. Some of the games are played at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, certainly through Ramadan, which, again, unless you've lived it for in and out the days, the guys that get up late in the day, the prayer times take a huge sort of important part of their day. So getting into their culture is a massive thing, I would say, for anybody. Spoke to somebody connected to Brendan Rodgers recently around really buying into their culture and then trying to bring your own sort of professionalism and organisation that we bring from Britain. Yeah, listen, there's some top players over there. I think that you can only have 8 foreign players, so a lot of the sort of local younger ones have not probably had the academy upbringing that the guys over in Europe have had, so there's a lot more one-to-one work to be done on the basics. But it's hard to say. You've probably got all 4 English leagues in one league over there. I said it when I went to Scotland sort of 20 odd years ago when I played up at Falkirk. It was probably similar back then. You had some top teams that I thought could have played in the Premier League, and then sort of disperses as you go down the division.
I tell you, it looks fairly competitive this year. I'm looking at the top. Well, obviously, Al-Aldin, 47 points in 4th place on 43 points. Then the natural question would be, excuse me, I don't think the spending has been anything like what it once was. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a decline or a lack of interest. Is it just kind of tapering off a little bit?
I'm not sure it could have continued at that level.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying, mate. It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Even with the Saudi money, I mean, there's obviously been some high-profile stories. It's a league I still follow. Well, I've got a lot of friends and people connected over there. Obviously, they've had the Benzema issue recently with the Kante one. Is that going to go through? I don't know if it's gone through overnight for his move to Fenerbahce. Obviously, they've had the Ronaldo. Ronaldo's contract, I think, is different to any. I'm not sure you'd have got a contract like that back in the day in your playing days around. I don't just mean numbers, by the way. I'm not just talking about the numbers. I'm talking about the sort of probably the amount of power that he's got over there. But
incredible.
I think he's going to come again this summer. From the people I've spoken to, there's going to be a huge drive again. I think they've gone high and heavy on the experienced players, your Ruben Neves and players like that who are in the prime. You're not just taking your Ronaldos at the end of the career. They've took some top players in the prime as well. And I think they're going to come again this summer from what I've been led to believe in terms of the younger ones. And you've got to remember that you've been to that part of the world. They've got huge ambition, they've got big pockets, and they've got the 2034 World Cup to come. And when you look at maybe China a couple of years ago that had a right going financially and then it sort of dipped off. Yeah. I don't think Saudi's going anywhere, and certainly until that World Cup comes around. Look at where Brendan's just gone in. Cadsia having a fantastic season to compete with the top clubs, the stadiums, the building, the infrastructure, etc. It was an incredible time, I have to say. It's a really exciting place to be.
Crowds, do they get just finally, Dean? Are they getting the crowds?
Yeah, the top 4, fantastic stadiums, huge crowds. The smaller clubs, not so much. If you look at maybe where Des Buckingham, for example, the old Oxford manager's gone out to collude, and where Chris Smalling is at Al Fire, they get really, you're talking sort of lower end League 2 attendances, unless they play one of the big boys. But again, sometimes the big boys don't want to go and play them in these sort of far away places. They go and they have to go to the capital and play them over there. So there's a few sort of interesting rules and regulations over there, again, what you have to get used to. But yeah, brilliant time I had, yeah.
Dean, good luck for the rest of the season.
Great,
good
mate,
luck with
all the best,
Hull. We'll
pal.
keep an eye on it for you.
Cheers, fellas.
Great so far. Well done, mate.
Well done, mate. All the best.
Cheers, guys.
There you go, Dean Holden.
Going really well,
Hull
isn't it?
City look third,
man.
Ahead of Ipswich, Millwall.
I was going to dig him up there. I had him my
Derby,
coupon last night.
Did they?
I had There's 75 my coupon.
I can't.
I don't like digging them up.
Football betting is 75 plus. You know.
I know.
70 plus 9. You know, 90 plus 7, 90 plus 9. You're like, come on, ref, blow your whistle.
Get work in the moment.
Then you get some clown gives a push. You know, down by the touchline and the corner flag. You're like, what are you doing?
What did you think of that Villa goal getting chalked off for the ball being out about half an hour before the goal?
Again, don't get me going. You know, but you know, he's got a long throw, the fella. You think, here we go. It's going right in the far post. Sure enough, bosh. It does your head in. Right, still to come with breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Now, massive superstar on the way. 2001 Ballon d'Or winner Michael Owen will join us. 2003 Rugby Union World Cup winners. It's going to be a cracking Six Nations.
Not half.
Martin Johnson and Jason Robinson will be right here in the studio to tell us who's going to win the Six Nations, which starts tomorrow, don't forget. And Piers Morgan will be here to gloat after Arsenal booked a spot at Wembley, so I don't have to take any more days off. Don't miss that one. Right, 4 minutes after 6. I'm still alive, okay?
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Arsenal are currently top. And Tony, it'd be fair to say you haven't always been praising this Arsenal regime under Arteta. Are you now being converted to the fact that they're title-winning material?
Well, I love this squad, and I think
this one, not necessarily back 3 or 4 years ago, is my point.
I think the squad couldn't handle the injuries. We had Saliba about 3 years ago, and it really struggled when he got injured. And like with Saka again, you know, in previous years, if they had stayed fit, they would have definitely won the league those years. I think Arteta's learned from it. And I think the way that he rotates today is incredible. He really does. And we saw yesterday with Saka, I said at the top of the show, you know, he got injured and we was able to get the job done still. So that would never happened a few years ago. So I think they've got the best squad in the league. And if he keeps them happy, he's been totally supported by his owner as well. You know, Josh is, 100 million for Declan. All of a sudden, anyone I want, bang, you're on it. You know what I mean? He's been able to assemble a fantastic squad of players that potentially could go on and win the league for a couple of years now.
So when you look at it now, you talk about the strength and depth. Do you think there's anything else they actually need? It may be a bit short time now to do it in this transfer window, but to go on and dominate?
I think they're all right for now. Central defender-wise, I like the cad at Palace, the central defender. Gare, is it?
Gay.
Yeah, Gay.
He's gone to City.
He's gone to City. I liked him. I thought he would have been good. I like the Villa guy as well, Konza. I think he's quite strong. But they've got Saliba and Gabriel, which is pretty much the best under the Calafiori can slop in. So I don't see that as an area of yet that could have been strengthened.
can recognise the voice.
Yellow.
Yeah. Brilliant, eh? Jeff Lynne. Yeah. Name of the supergroup he was part of?
Travelling Wilburys.
Who else was in it?
Mike Rutherford.
No.
Yeah.
Was he?
Aye.
No, he wasn't.
Aye, was.
Bob Dylan was in it.
Was he? I don't like Dylan.
Tom Petty was in it.
Right.
Tom Petty.
Sure he wasn't in it? I think he was.
The Big O was in it, was he no?
Yeah.
The Big O.
Yeah, I love him. In fact, I nearly put my Big O's glasses on today.
Oh, that'd have finished me off. That would have finished me off.
Have another custard
If you'd
going to get them away from me. I've done brilliant. Everybody's saying it's great to have you back. To a certain degree it is, but I've had about 14 custard creams this morning.
I just waved one in front of him and I'll have one, but no more.
I know.
Now can he stop?
The Big O was brilliant, wasn't he? If
He
you'd
was
walked in this morning with Roy Orbison's glasses on, I'd have collapsed.
Well, it's so bright in the studio. I thought about it.
And they're not the answer.
Anyway, despite the murderous lights in the studio and wee Stewie's endless supply of bourbons, he got the blame, didn't he? I'm still here. The boss and production staff have missed me so much. What is this rubbish, by the way? Here we go. Let's waste no time bringing world-renowned behaviour. Scientists, hypnotists, and a brilliant author, Paul McKenna, joins us. Paul, morning.
Paul, good morning.
Good morning. Morning to you, Alan.
I was just reading, Paul, over 15 million books you've sold.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Lovely, eh? Have you got a new one coming out? Are you...
No, I think I'm all written out. I'm going to take a couple of years off from writing because... nowadays a lot of people want their content online, or they want it as a little digital, video. So the world is changing. In fact, my last book, we sold more audiobooks than actual paperbacks. So there's been a real shift in the landscape of how you publish information.
Yeah,
how important is that,
you get
Paul?
stressed out doing them audiobooks, so they take forever.
How important is it, Paul, to kind of stay with the times and move with the times? And clearly it is.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. You got, the way to think about it is that basically people are buying sort of information. If they're buying a book like mine, they're buying a change. So they want to sleep better, or they want more confidence, or they want more motivation. And in some ways, it's better to deliver it through a video or audio platform rather than necessarily turn the pages. Personally, I like turning the pages of a book, but so many people now can consume the sort of information that I write about through audio or video.
So, Paul, in terms of healthy day-to-day life, do you get doctors or specialists frown on you for giving this advice? Where they say, well, what medical school did you go to? Did you get any of that?
Well, at the beginning, I used to, about 40 years ago when I started, hypnosis was considered voodoo. But these days, it's very mainstream. Lots of people understand that quitting smoking, go see a hypnotherapist, or losing weight, or, overcoming a phobia. Hypnotherapist is going to be your best bet. So there's been a lot of research into hypnosis. And what we know two things. Firstly, it's safe. And it works pretty much for most people most of the time. So there's not so much skepticism of what I do these days. And, I work quite a lot with doctors and healthcare professionals. We all sort of get along now.
And the power of the mind, people who are sick, who are ill, who are scared of things, if you can train their mind to be against that and work for the body, it's immense, isn't it? The power, the strength.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, if you ask any biohacker, give me the headlines, they'll say it's really simple. There's 4 things you need to concentrate on, and that's sleep, that's diet, exercise, and mindset. And so, really that's the difference that makes the difference. Right now, there's too much anxiety in the world. And again, hypnotherapy and modern psychological techniques are fantastic at reducing anxiety and overwhelm. When it comes to mindset, I'm sure you know this too, Alan, when you're in the zone, right, when you're playing any sport at all, you're just infinitely better, right?
Yeah.
And so, getting into that place of optimization is what people like myself help people do. Every major sports star in the world now has somebody like me, a success coach, help them get into optimized states.
What about one worry is clearly, fret and worry. Lack of money, for instance, let's take that.
Yeah.
So many people really go downhill because of lack of money. They think, why am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to send him the school trip? And, it's not easy for people in this current climate, is it?
Certainly isn't. And, if you think about it, we've been in a biological pandemic. We've come out and we're now in a psychological one. You turn on the TV or open a newspaper, you're under attack. It's the war, it's the virus, it's the economy, something. And as a result, people have actually, during the pandemic, got good at training themselves to what we call catastrophize and, be in this constant state of stress. And as you say, things, genuine, real things that are going on in the world, concerning, say, money, because look at the economy, look at the state the country's in. Understandably, people are worried. And the worry sort of helps them be aware that they've got to tighten their belts. But if you stay in that state of worry all the time, you actually weaken your immune system. It's just uncomfortable. It's fatiguing, to be frightened all the time.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you one? I've got my own wee theory on it, and it's this. Everybody's got problems, and I get it, right? But whether you're a problem, whether you want to lose weight, whether it's stress, whether you want smoking, self-confidence, whatever it may be, see, for all these problems, see to address them, would the most important thing not be getting sleep and rest?
Yeah, absolutely. See, if if you don't have a good night's sleep, the rest of the day is different.
Jason.
And when you do have a good night's sleep, your body replenishes, right? You're more resilient. You're more able to handle those challenges. But we're in a sort of self-reinforcing loop because when I speak to my friends who are therapists right now, I say, what are you treating? They're all saying it's anxiety or anxiety related. So people that are not sleeping well because they're anxious. So once you get people, and this is really, one of the main things that I teach people to do, is how to have control over your thoughts and feelings. So if you're able to make yourself calm at will, right, then your body can replenish and you'll be in a more resilient frame of mind and physically stronger in order to handle the challenges that life is presenting.
Paul, how do you get away with, 26 years I've been doing this, how do you get away with overcoming going to bed, or getting up in the middle of the night, basically? My alarm went around 3 a.m. I look out. I've gone to bed in the dark. I look out and it's pitch black. I've got to drive.
That's psychological as well.
How do you overcome that and then try and be bright as a button for 4 hours?
So years ago, I used to be, back in the 80s, I was a radio DJ and I did a morning show I worked originally, I went on Radio Caroline when I was about 20.
Mi Amigo, Radio Caroline off the
I worked on local commercial radio and then Capital Radio and then Radio 1 briefly. But I did a morning show in local radio and I know that feeling, Alan. That alarm clock goes off, it's not your friend, is it?
So you don't sleep during the night because you're thinking, what time is it? The alarm's going to go in a minute.
Well, that's the big problem is, you see, if you try and go to sleep, right, you force yourself, you stay more awake, right? I mean, what I would do is just wait till I got really tired. I'd make sure I watched something really boring. Or nowadays, I use some self-hypnosis. And then I get so tired, I go out like a light. And to tell, or tea, that first cup of tea or coffee usually brightens up.
I've got to talk about Romero. He's done an Instagram post, and I'm going to read it out for people out there. And I think it's a bit of a dig at the ball, to be honest. It says, "Great effort from all my teammates yesterday. They were incredible. I wanted to be available to help them, even though I wasn't feeling well, especially since we only had 11 players available. Unbelievable but true and disgraceful. We'll keep showing up, taking responsibility to turn this around, working hard and staying together. All that's left is to thank all of you for being there and always supporting us, the fans.
He's got some front, by the way, him. He has got some front, honestly. I cannot believe he's come out and think. I mean, he's got more front than the White Cliffs of Dover, mate.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
To come out and say that.
I didn't know where you was going with that.
No, but do me a favour. No, seriously, mate.
What do you mean?
Sorry, let me just get the league table up. Oh, bear with me. Bear with me. Can we got any of that like music that when you're in a lift?
You want lift music?
Because I've got to go fast.
Why have you not got the league table in front of you?
Because I can't see you.
What do you mean?
I can't see where you are.
Look, there you go. Magically appears. There you go. League table.
Right.
What do you want?
Okay, the joke's gone.
What?
I need a little bit. Can you get me lift music?
We don't want lift music.
I want lift music.
What for? What are you doing?
I can see Arsenal.
Yeah, okay. It's boring chat.
Okay,
boring. Tottenham are 14th.
Here we go. What lift you been in?
I don't know what lift this is.
Okay.
So
sort of lift I like to be in. Basically, I'm looking down the table. You're 14th, right? You're 9 points off 18th West Ham, and he's coming out, giving it all that.
What do you mean giving it all that?
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons, though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB, though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
I know.
Especially,
But you've not missed that, have you?
You don't mind if someone knows what they're talking about, do you?
He gave me it in there about asking silly questions to Paul McKenna as well.
Ah, well, you do it then.
You've done that deliberately, look. That's diabolical. I'm gonna let the listeners know what you've done.
Go on.
That's nasty. Do you know what he's done, listeners? This is the kind of guy I'm dealing with. He's been eating these bourbons, right? No bourbons, what do you call them?
Custard creams.
Custard creams. And I've done well, and I've said no, and then I've had one, and then I've walked it,
and he's left one right at my space there, knowing I'm not got the willpower. See, this is where I need Paul McKenna right now. I need Paul McKenna to turn me away for that custard cream. I don't think I can do it.
Oh dear. Talk about breakfast with me and Ali. Arnold Clark's real sale. It's your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale, excuse me, ends on February 16, right? Now, though, Arsenal's 4-2 aggregate victory over Chelsea means it's just a game from a first League Cup in 35 years. Could it be the first instalment of a quadruple? Could it? Could it, Ali?
No.
Too many?
Yeah. The one more than one, though.
Yeah.
But they're having a fantastic season. A fantastic season. I mean, I told you, I definitely think they'll win more than one. And I fancied them, bizarrely, the day they get beat by Liverpool 1-0 to Slobozlai's free kick right at the top corner. That's when I fancied them.
You've heard Piers Morgan claiming Arsenal would be champions by the end of March. That's mathematically impossible now, with 12th of April, the earliest they can do it. Delight to say the legendary broadcaster, hopefully he's well, host of Piers Morgan Uncensored, and above all, big Arsenal fan, as you know, joins us now. Piers, morning.
Piers, very good morning.
Good morning, chaps. Well, I was 2 weeks out, let's be honest. It's going to be mid-April.
Mid-April. Piers, first of all, it was the hip, wasn't it? Have you recovered fully?
Yeah, for your listeners who may not have picked up on this, I managed to do something quite spectacularly stupid, where I tripped on a step in a hotel restaurant in London and went down like a sack of potatoes, managed to fracture the neck of my femur so badly that I needed a brand new hip. So I'm now nearly 3 weeks in, doing my rehab. You guys don't need to be told what that's like. It's monotonous and relentless and very boring. But I crawled off my deathbed to address the nation about the fact that, contrary to your doom-laden introduction, I do think Arsenal can win the quadruple, because I'm asking myself, who's going to beat us? Who in world football? I'm serious. Who in world football right now is going to beat us? We are the best squad. We are the best squad assembled in the history of world club football.
Piers, Manchester United managed to do it the other week there, right? Now, I accept Arsenal are absolutely flying, and you have you got any idea how Arsenal haven't won anything, and all of a sudden you've got them winning a quadruple? It can't happen.
Well, not just me says we're going to win the quadruple. We are favourites to win all four competitions. So the bookmakers, I know that you guys like your bookies, the bookmakers agree with me that right now Arsenal are the favourites to win the Premier League, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And I think we've got a real chance. I've been saying for a while that Arteta's game plan over 5 years to get a squad where he had two top-class players for every position, minimum, has now come to fruition. To the extent that last night, for example, Odegaard is out, Saka's out, so in come Eze and Madueke, right? And there's no drop in quality whatsoever. In fact, if anything, I think Saka's been so overplayed that Madueke, at the moment, looks like he may actually be a better option for us until Saka has a bit of a rest. So in every position, it doesn't matter. Calafiori goes out, Hincapié comes in. Lewis Skelly, who is one of the most talented players in British football, he can't even get a game. Jesus didn't get on last night. And again at every position, I look at the depth of the squad and the hunger, and I look at Arteta, who for the first 2 years was all over the place, I thought, as Arsenal manager, to the extent where I just didn't think it was going to work. This is a guy at the top of his game. He looks completely steely cool to me. He's got a very relaxed way about him. Even when we lost against United, very phlegmatic, very focused on the next game. And I thought that battering we gave Leeds away, very tough place to go at the moment away. The fact we just took them to the cleaners, in the way we did it, I thought was the pivotal weekend where our two main rivals both fell away. We had that big win. And I think you're looking at, honestly, a team that could genuinely win the quadruple.
It's going to be tough. We say it, when City are going for it, it's going to be really tough. That Champions League is different. Forget not the warm-up games, forget the qualifiers and stuff. Once you get into the nitty-gritty knockouts, it's a totally different competition.
But who wants to play us?
I take your point. I'll tell you something else just to back it up. I looked at your substitutes, particularly against Leeds. Piers, listen to this. Martinelli, Odegaard, Jesus, Calafiore and Eze. That's the 5 players that come off the bench. I back you up when I say I don't think I've ever seen a stronger squad of players in English football.
Yeah. I genuinely believe that, and I think that's been a masterstroke by Arteta, and credit to the Cronkies. They have backed him all the way. They've spent the money that Arteta's wanted to spend, and I think the summer transfer dealing we did before this season was fantastic. What do we bring in? 7 or 8 players, all of whom I think are top players. Players like Mosquera, right, who came in for under 20 million. But as a centre-back who rarely starts, he would walk into most Premier League teams, right? And he's a guy that barely gets mentioned. But it means that when we've had Gabriel injured or Saliba injured in previous seasons, that has been title-ending injury for us. Now you barely notice the difference. I mean, obviously you do, because Saliba and Gabriel, I think, are the best partnership in centre-backs in the world. But I think the players, I look at those players, there's no prima donnas. There's everyone working together. You've got players who've actually won things now in that dressing room. Gabriel Jesus, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. These guys have won Champions Leagues, they've won Premier Leagues, they've won Club World Championships. These are players who are used to winning. And you've got a group of players beneath them who've never won anything, who are desperate for silverware. And I think that's why the Carabao Cup, which I've never really taken very seriously, because I never liked the fact that most teams, the bigger teams, didn't play anything more than a kind of glorified reserve team. Now you're seeing them putting out their best teams from the 4th, 5th round on. So I think it is a more credible competition.
Well, I think Pep had a lot to do with that, Piers. He did. And just on Pep, Piers, please, how do you see Pep's body language at the moment?
He's gone. Guardiola has been one of the most brilliant managers, obviously, in Premier League history, but he's gone. The way he's now talking openly, disparaging the investment by his owners, the way he went on some weird 16-minute tear about global affairs yesterday, knowing that would embarrass his owners again on the global stage, because they obviously have a direct involvement in things like the Middle East and America and so on, American politics. I think he's doing this deliberately. We've seen that with a few managers, haven't we, this season, where they suddenly get all very provocative in their public statements, and it doesn't last. And I also think, Manchester City, they are not the team they were. And I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. De Bruyne is a massive loss in that team, and I don't think Rodri is half the player he was before his injury. And they were the 2 best players, arguably, in European football, along with Haaland, when City were on the rampage. Haaland barely gets a kick at the moment because he's not getting the service and the ball that he's used to. And I think that after a fantastic start, they just don't look very good to me.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
Chelsea,
There's no doubt about it.
funny enough, Chelsea, I think actually have a good team. I looked at a lot of their players last night. I was talking to my sons about it, and we were saying there was quite a few of those players we'd love at Arsenal. So and we'll probably get them because we are on the list of players that Chelsea send all their best players to. So my message to Cole Palmer and Caicedo and Reece James is, guys, you know the factory, you know where we are. Come and join us. You want to.
Piers, always lovely talking to you.
Mate. Stay well.
Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Come on, you Gunners. It's going to
Piers
happen.
Morgan there.
And I will be unbearable when it does.
Oh, dear. He'll be getting Cristiano on the Arsenal side. Right,
could you imagine? Listen, could you imagine that phone call with him if they did a quadruple? I mean, that would be the phone call to end all phone calls, wouldn't it?
It's not going to happen. As much as I like Arsenal, as the way the squad. And I agree with him totally. Arteta's so calm and cool, as the players are at the moment. Yeah. And the one guy I'd love to pick out, we started talking about great players, the two centre-backs, yeah.
Declan.
But Declan's been fantastic.
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
Outstanding.
You can find out which side out of City and Newcastle away, Arsenal and Wembley, on the 22nd of March as they meet tonight in the second Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg. City 2-0 up, don't forget, from the first. Can they blow it? Surely not. It's live on talkSPORT, coverage from 7, as is next month's final.
Brentford Football Club have called out Gabby Agbonlahor this morning.
Oh, don't get me started, Ali. Honestly, Ali, I've never heard Villa Park so angry. Listen, was the ball 100% out? No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know.
For those of you who's not watching at this moment in time, I can just exclusively reveal that the ball did look out.
Okay, Ali, you know what? I'm going to give you some info about Brentford, all right?
Now, wait a minute. Before we get any further, are you accepting now that the ball might have been out?
I can't really tell. It's camouflage with the pitch.
It's looking out to me, that's all I'm saying.
I'm colourblind, I can't see, Ali. So, Brentford's G-Tech Stadium only holds 17,250 fans.
Oh, my goodness.
Teams with a bigger capacity. MK Dons, 30,500 in League 2. Notts County, 19,500 in League 2. Bolton Wanderers, 28,700 in League 1. Bradford City, 25,000 League 1. Huddersfield, 24,500 League 1. Port Vale, 19,000 League 1. Plymouth Argyle, 17,440 League 1. Bristol Rugby Stadium, 27,000.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Good
morning, 8:22 on talkSPORT. Let's crack on. Good football tonight and the weekend, and let's look back at Leopardstown as well. The latest odds with Coral, and here comes Steve-O. Steve-O, morning.
Morning, Steve-O.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. It's always good to follow Piers, isn't it? I just wish he'd get off the fence sometimes and have an opinion. Hey, listen, he said about the betting, the quadruple is now just 33 to 1. Ali, I know you're not having it. I suppose, look, they've won the league as far as I'm concerned. They're very short price favourites. It's hard to see because the best team wins the league. What we all know is knockout competitions,
correct,
different ball game. And they've proved they're not invincible, this Arsenal side this season. So in a one-off game, Champions League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup, it's still going to be difficult. But yeah, 33 to 1 the quadruple. Obviously, they're through to the Carabao Cup final. They're 8 to 11 to win that. Manchester City should get through tonight. They're even money to win it. Newcastle 33 to 1. But Newcastle, Al, a big price, 11 to 1 to turn this around.
Played well against Liverpool, didn't they? You know, first half. I thought
wasn't it a 4-1, was it?
First half hour, they battered Liverpool, didn't they?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But then once Liverpool got the goal, 2-0 Newcastle, which is the very minimum they need tonight, is 18 to 1. Now, I don't know. It feels an uphill task to retain their Carabao Cup. But boys, St Mirren, did both your teams favourite?
What do you think, mate?
Well, how do we bet now?
I think Al's going to be happier than you, Ali. 6 to 5 Celtic, 9 to 4 Rangers, 9 to 4 Hearts for the title. Don't ask me why.
Rangers.
Don't ask me why we make Celtic such short price.
What's going on with you? I don't know. I don't have you done as this kind of character, Steve, to be quite frank.
Oh, Celtic got to go to Ibrox. And
are Celtic doing something? Am I missing something, Steve? Well, Celtic haven't made a signing. I think they're only might be one of the few clubs in the country that haven't made a signing. You know, their recent form hasn't been great. A victory at home in Falkirk, and all of a sudden you've heavily favourites, installed them heavy favourites. What am I missing?
Celtic 4 to 9 to win at Aberdeen tonight. Rangers 2 to 7 to beat Kilmarnock. I can only assume some of that, Ali, is down to obviously Martin O'Neill's experience and liabilities that Celtic would have been, I'm guessing, a worse result, you know, going into the season at the start of the season. That's my diplomatic answer. I'm not sure why.
Steve-O, what did we learn from Leopardstown? Factor Phil, a back to winner. Get in there.
Do you know, it was so good. They managed to rerun the Saturday card on the Monday, Al, because we saw Factor File go and win the Irish Gold Cup. Interestingly, though, they'd taken him out. I don't know, Willie Mullins or JP McManus, Frank Berry, JP's Ray. They took him out of the Gold Cup.
Yes.
And he was favourite for the Ryanair Chase, which he won last year. Now, he's odds on for the Ryanair Chase, 4 to 5. But he's been there, done it. There's no question. The Gold Cup is a better and bigger race than the Ryanair Chase. Factor File is now 5 to 2 for the Gold Cup. He'd have to be supplemented. But look, in all honesty, 25 grand to JP, you know, he's not going to have a whip round to find that 25 grand if they want to add Factor File to the Gold Cup field again. But what's brilliant is we've got Django Bay for Nicky Henderson, who runs at Newbury this weekend. We've got the Jukebox Man for Harry.
Yeah.
We've got Haiti Couleur for Rebecca Curtis. There's plenty of opposition now to the Irish horses in the Gold Cup. And it's a similar story, really, through the champion hurdle. Brighter days ahead. I don't know what you thought of her.
Impressive against Lossiemouth. Very impressive.
Yeah. She's 5 to 2 joint favourite with the New Lion, of course, trained by Dan Skelton. The fascinating runner in the champion hurdle betting, though. You know what I'm going to say.
Yes.
Constitution Hill.
Yes. What price?
He's 3 to 1. We think he's going to go to Southall for a flat race, February the 20th. But if he comes through that, surely Nicky, they'll be looking at the champion hurdle thinking, at his best, Constitution Hill would beat a Brighter Days Ahead, would beat a New Lion.
You nearly said wipe the floor with there, Steve, didn't you? Very nearly. You stopped short of saying that, mate.
Steve, what about Six Nations? I think this is a cracker this year.
France are all over it.
Yeah, do you know, I actually thought it was going to be close. Well, I mean, look, Ali is more right in terms of the betting because France are odds on to win it, 4 to 6. Then it's 9 to 4 England, 7 to 1 Ireland, 12 to 1 Scotland. I think France's fixtures are kinder to them, aren't they? They play, I think I'm right in saying they play Ireland and England in Paris, which, should theoretically give them an edge anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not. I thought it would be closer on the betting than that. I thought Ireland would be shorter than 7-1. I didn't think France would be odds on. So it all starts on Thursday night, doesn't it? So, and what a way to kick off, actually. France.
So you lot are getting an awful lot wrong at the moment. Celtic, Ireland, France. What's going on with you, Steve-O? But before I go any further, you're not getting away with it. What about the condition of your pitch?
Pompey.
This Portsmouth Ipswich game, Al, is going to take place in July because we had a frozen pitch first up. Last night we had a waterlogged pitch. I think they're going to play this one in July when hopefully there won't be any pitch issues.
Steve, how did the betting go? I've got to finish, but how did the betting go with Sri Lanka, England? That must have been fascinating.
Yeah, England. Are you talking about the third one or the series?
Oh no, the one just gone.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, go on, tell me what happened.
Well England, the poor score.
You've not been in Barbados again, have you?
The poor score, I think it was 127, 129 or something.
At
like
one stage they were 66 for 6, weren't they?
And then I think they took 9 wickets with spin. We're keeping you informed, Steve-O, by the way. This is your gig, by the way.
Yeah, but do you know what I was? I'll tell you what I was just. I was in Gabby country, Small Heath in Birmingham, where the money that we're raising through this £500 every home goal for Birmingham, we're putting towards the Birmingham City Foundation, and they've started a walking football set up for people in Small Heath. Honestly, it was brilliant. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this would suit you boys. This would suit you, Ali. This would suit you, Al. Gabby. Bit of walking football.
I invented it, Steve-O.
Yeah, that's when you were playing, Ali.
That's what I meant, Steve-O.
Steve, you're not with it today. We'll let you go, I think.
Thank you, gents.
As Paul McKenna says, get some rest. Dave Stevens from Coral. Sporting odds again tomorrow with the boys on talkSPORT. Right, Michael Owen's still to come as well. Looking forward to that. Coming up to 8:30.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
I'm up here to try and win a couple of football matches, you know. And if there's a bit of what shall I say, shenanigans going on in the background, I can't do anything about that at this minute. But seriously, when I get an opportunity, I shall try and join the Peace Corps sometime and try and work it out from there.
No, but they are far apart, Martin. And we see it. We see the protests all the time.
Yeah, well, it's not close. It's not close. Yeah. So what would you want me to do, Joe?
He wants you to be a sort of UN delegate. Listen, if you bridge this gap, are you going to build a sense? If you bridge this gap and you chase hearts down,
there you go.
Are you going to build a sense of entitlement in yourself about this job past the end of this season? Are you going to have a little bit about you and push yourself forward and say, "Excuse me, I think this is an opportunity I should be getting"?
Yeah. Right. That's well and truly in the future. I wouldn't know. The chances are that I would not.
Well, you know yourself, don't you? If you chase hearts down and win this league, would you want this job if it was there to be gotten?
Yeah. Would I want the job? Do you want an answer now?
Yeah, probably I do. Not. Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I know you would.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
You don't want it.
Are you serious, Martin? But probably not.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it full time.
Yeah, but listen, lads, you two are young men. There's a difference, you know. You're a young man. You're vibrant.
He's not young.
No, he is. But listen. Everyone's young comparison to me. So, and I do not. Listen, lads. Seriously, I'm it's the first time. I think I spoke to my wife there recently. She said, "The first time you've worked in your life," and it was it's extraordinary.
But Martin, come on, you'll be 74 in March. I know that, but you're a young 74, and you love what you're doing at the moment.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
25 to 9, talkSPORT Breakfast with Anil Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon. Ali's alongside me. Right, it's time to welcome in a man that used to do this.
This 18-year-old has electrified the world.
His confidence spread when he's on a pitch to the rest of us that he was the best. Michael did not care less who he was up against. He was convinced he'd be able to rip them apart.
That game against Arsenal in the FA Cup final was something I'll never forget.
Owen stretching his legs and getting away from Dixon and getting his shot away. I said, that is just absolutely fantastic. He has won the cup for Liverpool all by himself.
Michael Owen has been voted the best player in the world. I played with him. He was an incredible teenager.
Michael Owen, he's got goals with him, but it's still Owen.
Look at Haaland, great player, great finisher. I think Michael Owen was striking more fear into defenders.
Ali just whispered to me, I've got more golden boots than Michael.
I'm going to say something. I ain't getting down this road, I'll tell you right now. I know my place in the food chain. I ain't taking this boy on.
A teenage sensation winner. He won everything, Michael, didn't he? Let me say a very good morning to Michael Owen. Michael,
good morning. How are you, mate?
Morning, gentlemen. Yeah, very well, thank you very much.
Where are you, out in the Gallops, or you?
Of course. Well, I was on the Gallops, Al, but you just brought me in here to do this, so I'm missing second lot now. I'm fuming.
Oh.
Did you watch a bit of, I know it's not really your ideal gig. Did you watch a bit of Leopardstown at the weekend?
I did, yeah. As you say, Ali, it's we're in the flat game, but I'm still really interested in the jumps. Obviously, all roads leading to Cheltenham at the moment. But yeah, Leopardstown, some great horses running there, and yeah, fascinating stuff.
Yeah, can't wait. We won't be long up at Donny for the start of the flat. Well, the real flat, really. Michael, just on to football. Arsenal now. People are talking about the quadruple. I think it's too much for them. As much as I think they're a special side with a great squad. Is there a chance in your mind that Arsenal could win all four?
No, I don't think so. I think you're right, Al, that they are special. They're a very strong side. They're very efficient. It looks like they're going to stroll the league, really. I don't think there's anybody good enough to compete with them this season, even though I don't think the points total is going to be that good. I just don't think. I think the only two teams that could have beat them at the start of the season, Liverpool and Manchester City, are obviously faltering. So I think Arsenal certainly will have won it, but they've been semi-handed it as well. I don't think nobody's really put much pressure on them. So I think the league is obviously nearly wrapped up. I think, they could win the Carabao Cup. Absolutely, they could. And then the other two are going to be tough.
Yeah.
Absolutely tough. I mean, everybody's going to, all the other teams are going to be focusing on the FA Cup even more now because the league is almost over. It's going to salvage their season. So they'll be putting strong teams out, a lot of their competitors. And then the Champions League, that could be anybody's. That's really open this year.
I agree. Definitely.
Mike, I'm going to ask you, mate, where are you at this moment in time with centre forwards? We'll look at Haaland, probably out and out centre forward. Yourself out and out centre forward. Shearer out and out centre forward. Are we kind of drifting away from that at this moment in time? I'm thinking of boys like Ekitike, Salah's goal returns unbelievable. Are we seeing just as many out and out Drogba's number 9s like that?
Oh, there's a huge dearth in centre forwards, Ali. I mean, football's changed. Football is not, nobody or very few teams play two up front nowadays. Yeah. And then if you've got two up front, back in our day, you'd have two on the bench as well. You'd have four really good centre forwards in your squad. Mm-hmm. Now, not many teams have one. Some teams don't even have a centre forward. Yeah. All this false nine and everything else like that. So it's changed so much. I mean, again, going back to my times, just look at our England team, for example. Harry Kane is our centre forward. What's behind Harry Kane if Harry got injured?
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins. Where do you go after that? Calvert-Lewin, do you bring him back? Solanke. But there was players scoring 25, 30 goals that never got a sniff back then. The Andy Coles, the Robbie Fowlers of this world, they only had a handful of caps. The strength in depth. You're having like golden boot winners like Chris Sutton, Dion Dublin, again, handful of caps. Mm-hmm. Ian Wrights, Les Ferdinand, Stan Collymores, and then probably the three at the time, myself, Teddy Sheringham and Shearer. But they were all like I've just named a few off the top of my head. I mean, they were all centre forwards. Now you're talking 3 or 4 English centre forwards that are worth their salt, really.
We were talking earlier there, Michael, and I'm interested to hear your views because I think one of the reasons for that is the game, and you're right, the game is played differently. A lot of the top teams now will try and play through you. Now that would have suited yourself absolutely as well as crosses into the box because you could run through in a lot of pace. But we're looking at out and out centre forwards, and there's a dearth of quality crosses into the box. You look back in the day, what it was Barnsley and boys like that. Manchester United obviously had gigs and Beckham putting quality in from wider areas. That seems to have certainly, it's not stopped, but it's certainly gone out the game.
The worst culprits have got to be City. You look at Haaland, 20 odd goals already. He's not scored for 7 or something like that now.
1 in 7, I think.
If you're Haaland, when you've got someone with the power, the pace and the finishing that he's got, Michael, why don't they get the ball more to him in the box? I don't understand it. They overplay for me, City.
Yeah, I mean, again, crossing has become a little bit of a thing of the past. Wide players now, Ali and Al, they play with the let's say a Mo Salah, a left-footed player on the right.
Yeah.
A right foot will play on the left. So nobody, you look at, Liverpool, you've got Gakpo that's so right-footed. He never goes down the outside and crosses above. Always cutting in on their right. Salah's always cutting in on the left. Nobody gets to the byline. There's no wide player that wants to beat somebody out on the outside anymore. It's just the way football has changed. And you know what? I'm pretty sure it will change back. I mean, football is pretty fashionable. Somebody will go with 2 centre forwards soon and start crossing the ball, and all of a sudden, people won't know how to handle it. Because even centre halves have changed. You used to need to be 6'5" and robust to be a centre half. Now no one crosses it, so you don't even have to. But Martinez at Manchester, they get away with being small because nobody challenges them in that aspect. So I think it will change again. It might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, but it will go in cycles. But I guess there needs to be more centre forwards available for them to put 2 up front.
Just to back that up, Michael, you're 100% right. You're talking about being in cycles. What's the flavour of the month right now? It's long throws. Everybody's taking long throws into the box.
Yeah, no, exactly. It always goes in cycles. My only worry is that we're coaching our kids now to play in these formations, and we're coaching our wide players not to be wide and to switch wings and cut inside. So, even at academy level, where are we going to find these players that have the same, the same talent, let's say, or the certain aspects of the game that we can teach them that they're all playing like their first teams, and that's the worry. I mean, you look a little bit deeper. You look at a number 10 role now, and that's even worse. Players that we used to watch like Bergkamps and Zolas and Cantonars and Letizier's, like genius players. They might not get around the pitch, but it was everyone else's job to get around the pitch. Give it to these geniuses. They'll create something. They'll score. And even those players now, there's none of them. Any number 10 now has to be able to do the yards. You look at, Bruno Fernandes. That's one of the best number 10s in the country. He's running further than anybody else on the pitch now. I mean, you can't get away with not doing the hard yards. And every single player now has got to be an athlete. And we're losing that creative, genius type of player, even in the number 10 role.
Michael, what about Liverpool? Just a quick one before we break. You're going to stay with us for a little bit, which is great news. Liverpool, Arnie Slot under pressure. There was just glimpses, wasn't there, against Newcastle, what Liverpool can do when they're flying.
Yes, absolutely. They've not been flying consistently. That's the problem. But in patches, Liverpool have played extremely well this season, but it's just been all too sporadic, let's say. I don't know. I'm the Slot in camp. I think it's very, very premature to be thinking about. Here's a manager that's had his first season in the Premier League and won the league. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Not many managers do that. If you'd said to Liverpool fans, once Jurgen Klopp left, if you said to Liverpool fans, right, for the next 2 years, you're going to come fourth and you're going to come first, everybody would have snapped your hand off. That's fantastic, because there's always the risk of things falling apart. We've seen it with when Wenger left. We saw it when Fergie left. Klopp was there for a long time, and to come in and continue that and to have instant success was pretty good. Now, so I just think that, I think it's far too early with those things taken into consideration. New players, it's an unbelievable squad. Yes, maybe lacking a bit of balance and maybe another 1 or 2 players or whatever, but I think it's far too early to be saying Arne Slot out. I mean, geez, he won the league last year for starters.
Yeah, I agree. Michael, stay with us. We'll be just a quick break here, and we're back with Michael Owen. I'm really I'm intrigued. There's so many good questions we've got to ask Michael as well. Just gone 9:15.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarx Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarx.
I've just had a conversation with Cundy, which I find completely remarkable, and I'd like you to tell the nation because I want to know how other people have witnessed this.
So, I don't do it anymore because the barbers I go to now have this little white thing they put around my neck and they tuck it around the shawl that you wear when you sit down.
Yes. I know what you mean.
But I used to, and this is going on for like 10, 15 years, I'd go into the barbers I'd go into and I would take my T-shirt off and he would cut my hair with the bare...
So you'd sit in a barber shop with your shirt off?
My shirt off, but
so
I...
Just your chest out?
No, because no. Because what I don't want is I don't want the hair touching my T-shirt that comes off, right? So hair on the T-shirt, forget that, or shirt, whatever you wear. So now I don't need to do it because the guy puts this thing round and then he tucks it around the shawl.
Yeah, I know what that is, mate.
Right.
Everyone goes to a barber shop.
Right, I know, but the barber shop before didn't do that. And I used to think, so I take my T-shirt off, sit in the barber's chair, and then he would put round the shawl that everyone's got and tuck it round my back. I can't have hair on my T-shirt. So it's an absolute no-no.
So you sat in a barber shop with your top off and a shawl over you?
Yes.
Well, you're such a weird guy.
I don't think that's weird.
It's so weird.
I don't think it is.
Do you mean you just sat there in a barber shop? No one does that.
I do. I guarantee that people listening, they're going, I know what cunt he's on about there.
I've been in a barber shop for 25 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone with their top off having their haircut.
Well, you didn't go to the barber shop. I did. You walked in with me. You'd have seen it.
There is something wrong with you, honestly.
It's true. I guarantee the people going, I know what cunt he's on about. Don't like that hair on the... Once the hair gets on the T-shirt, there's no...
No, I get the hair on the T-shirt.
It's irreversible.
No, I get that.
Right, okay.
Just go home and change your T-shirt.
Well, what if you're not going home? All day you go, got that itch, got the itch, got the hair, I can feel it. Oh. And then it gets in your head. And then you feel, is that hair? Oh, and they're itching. No, that's terrible stuff, that.
Good morning, 9 minutes to 9. Ali McCoist alongside me, and we are Ballon d'Or winner now, an advocate for small business owners, Michael Owen. Michael, tell us a little bit of this, what you're working on. This is to do with small business owners.
Yeah, well, as you know, Al, I've got a bit of a small business, although it's growing quite quickly. Manor House Stables. We're training, just over 140 flat horses now here, and I've joined up with the guys at Sky because we all know small businesses, we continually getting punched on the nose. Everything's going up. My feed costs, my bedding costs, my staff costs, everything's going up. So I've joined up with the guys to do to work on mobile data basically, and the leakage that every business loses. There's a new roll and share feature that we're promoting, and it's saving me a fortune, put it that way. It's about to save
I would imagine
so every little helps.
I would imagine as well, Michael. Staff-wise, is it okay getting the staff in the stables up there? Because we know about Lambourne, we know about Epsom, we know about Newmarket, but is it a problem up there where you are?
What we tend to do, Al, is when we get them, we keep them. There's not loads of competition up here. As you say, we're not in one of the big training centres, so we look after them. I think we pay well. We've got great facilities, and I think we've got a great record of keeping our staff. So once people move up here, they don't move back. Put it that way. But staff wise at the moment, we're really good. We're all looking forward to the new season ahead. But obviously, with all the costs going up, it's just a bloody nightmare to keep tabs.
And prize money's not exactly jumping up either, is it?
No, that's right. No, but it's listen. We mustn't complain. We're in a great industry, and it's an exciting time of the year, as you well know.
By the way, do you know, Ali, this will shock you. It won't shock Michael, but some of the pointers that are winning at the moment, points. I've got one up half a mile from where I live.
Yeah.
We're talking 200 grand for some of these young up and coming pointers.
Seriously,
I couldn't believe it, Michael, when I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, people want good horses, Al. I mean, if I think what I'm finding with a lot of my client base is everyone wants a horse, but once you get a good one, once you're going to the Ascots, whether you got a horse good enough to fly internationally. I've just come back from Bahrain. We've got 2 horses out in Bahrain racing in their series out there, but there's Dubai, there's all kinds of places. And then you've got the big festivals at home. The difference between, having a runner around, in the winter over Wolverhampton or Southwell or Newcastle or one of these all-weather tracks and having a really good horse to take you to the festivals is huge. So I just think at the top end, people are really wanting to spend money to get the good horses to take them to the best meetings.
Yeah, and Michael, you've got syndicates as well, haven't you? Just for anyone listening thinks, well, I wouldn't mind a bit of that.
Yeah, we do the whole lot. Al, I think we have an entry level. So I've got a Michael Owen Racing Club, so you can get on my website. It's only £95 a year.
What is that? What's the web address for that, Michael?
Michael Owen Racing Club. .com. So right. We start there. It's £95 and for a year, and it gets you into it. We get your newsletter, tickets when the horses run. We get regular updates from the trainer and gallop reports and all the rest of it. And it's an entry level. And then obviously you work up to your syndicate. So that might be, the next level. That might be a couple of grand, let's say, buy-in for 10% of a horse and things like that. So, and then you work all your way up to individual ownership. So you try to cater for all needs. And it's getting popular, Al. I think syndicates at the moment and racing clubs are really, really flying.
Yeah, brilliant. Michael, I'll see you on the racetrack, mate. Thank you very, very much.
Look forward to it, mate. Take care.
Cheers,
Thanks for joining us.
Cheers, Michael. Take care.
All the best.
There you go, Michael Owen there. I've not been in Manor House yet, but they say it's beautiful.
Fantastic, huh?
Yeah, what a job. He's on the gallops every day.
He loves it. Absolutely loves it. Good on him.
We must do that one day. Chester Festival's brilliant.
Never been.
Oh,
Ali.
It's brilliant.
And my horse led the Chester Cup.
Aye.
For a mile and 4 it did. Unfortunately, it's a 2 mile race.
Yeah, exactly.
Fishke, she did.
It's brilliant. Honestly,
it just looks a beautiful track. Everything about it.
Unique, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's absolutely new.
Tight, eh?
Over it. On the left-hand turn all the time.
Yeah.
Nah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
We'll get a day up there.
Okay, coming up, we're going to turn our attention to Manchester City. Listen, we're not trying to put the boot in here, but something's not right, is it? Something is. 2-0 up against Spurs, cigar out, cruising, and you just thought, aye. When that first one in for Spurs, you thought,
you had a feeling, didn't
here
you?
we go. Yeah. So we'll turn attention to City and Pep's bizarre rant, his press conference, and that was yesterday.
Back in 2024, when asked if Tottenham had fallen behind their top 6 rivals, Romero told Telemundo Deportes, maybe he thought that we wouldn't get to hear it, but we did hear it. He says, the truth is, Manchester City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad, Chelsea strengthened their squad. And then I think he puts himself in the situation in Tottenham. Those are the things to imitate. You have to realise that something's going wrong. Hopefully they realise it. Well, he's talking about the hierarchy, isn't he, Simon?
Well, he's comparing Tottenham to legacy football clubs and football clubs that are owned by nation states. So there's no real comparison there. But he wanting to make a point. There's nothing wrong with what he said there. It's whether he should say these sort of things. He said it more recently when he bottled the perspective of flapping his gums about people telling lies and then withdrew that particular statement. Say something, stick with it. It makes life difficult for Thomas Frank because people above him are going to say, do you have control over your players?
Yeah.
Not so much what the players think of the manager, but the manager, what the people above Thomas Frank think of his control over the players.
Yeah.
And
do you think he does?
Well, I think this guy's uncontrollable. I think he does what he wants. I think he thinks he's bigger than Tottenham Hotspur. I think he's bigger than his football club. And we've seen it previously a couple of times in the past where he's a very good player, don't get me wrong. I like him as a footballer. I don't think he's set the world on fire. He's made a few headlines recently because he scored a few goals and he looks like Captain Invincible. When it comes to his defensive prowess, I think he's left a lot to be desired at times.
I agree.
But I also look at it and say that, this is the culture that's being allowed to be seeded in this club. With respect to this player, and it's easy to be said, if I was senior manager at this club, he would have got one opportunity to say this. He said it 2-3 weeks ago, where he talked about people telling lies and only coming up when it suits them. That would have been his starter for 10. He would have been told in no uncertain terms by me or my chief executive, you're going to find yourself in a serious situation if you keep on flapping your...
Dear Kitmen, we see you. We appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kit man. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kitman. In the meantime, it's on the kitman to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kitman then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities, but we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
4 minutes past 9 o'clock. Do you want to tell the world that?
No. Move on now.
I can't believe you back Celtic.
I saw it.
I can't believe it.
Aye, right.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm persuading them.
There's one thing that just I can't do.
Oh, this is talkSPORT Breakfast with Super Ali and Arnold Clark's Real Sales. Your last chance to save big in your next car. Sale ends on the 16th of Feb. Have you really backed? I can't.
No, I haven't. Stop spreading malicious and wrong rumours. I have not.
What bet you had?
I just had a look at Liverpool for the Champions League.
And?
I just had a look at Liverpool.
And no, it was a treble in there.
I fancied
Liverpool, Celtic, and who else?
No, Liverpool, Villa, Europa League. And your team.
Ipswich. Have you?
Will you look at that? You're not so sure about your lack of confidence in Ipswich concerns me though.
I think
you were rather bullish about 2 weeks ago, were you not?
I thought we were a certainty to make the playoffs. I've always said that. But I don't like the way, like Coventry are beginning to hiccup. Hull have come my wet sail, but there's other teams below are coming as well.
Borough are looking good. Yeah. I think it's wide open.
Barber
really
coming. It is open.
Yeah.
I'll settle for the playoffs. So we get 1-2. Bingo. Right, what a show we've had this morning. Here's some of the best bits you might have missed. Broadcaster, huge Arsenal fan, Piers Morgan, came on to gloat, there's a shock, after the Gunners booked their trip to Wembley.
I do think Arsenal could win the quadruple because I'm asking myself, who in world football right now is going to beat us? We are the best squad assembled in the history of world club football.
Piers just recovering from that hip injury where he tripped over. It was about 2 a.m, wasn't it?
What are you implying, Al? He was enjoying himself.
Winners of the Premier League, FA Cup and UEFA Cup, 3 League Cups and the prestigious Ballon d'Or. Michael Owen explained why there are so few centre-forwards in current football compared to when he played.
There's a huge dearth in centre-forwards, Ali. I mean, football's changed. Football is not, nobody or very few teams play 2 up front nowadays. And then if you've got 2 up front, back in our day, you'd have 2 on the bench as well. You'd have 4 really good centre forwards in your squad. Now, not many teams have 1.
Ali, I'm
and a lovely message in for one of the boy. Kieran says it doesn't take Arsenal to win the quadruple for Piers to be unbearable. Very good. You were saying.
No, just saying 2 centre forwards. Absolutely. Maybe that's what Haaland wants.
I tell you what, you'd like to have a wee nippy centre forward round about him, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. He's quick enough anyway.
I know, but as long as you get deliveries in, you need to get deliveries in.
I agree.
I mean, you played with a striking partner. I played with a striking partner.
You'd be making runs eventually.
You know something? But it's no rocket science. Because when I played with Big Mark, for example, Walter would say, right, in general play, you drop in number 10.
Yeah.
So that's, that's
it's not on spin out, then he'll come and hold up.
It's not new. It's not new. It's just this different vocabulary.
Still lots to come this morning. Rugby royalty, we're right here in the studio, as 2003 World Cup winning captain Martin Johnson and the try scorer Jason Robinson will reveal if England I fancy England, can they win the first Six Nations title in 6 years? Can you believe that?
No, that's the thing I couldn't believe.
Plus, we're taking calls. I'm really interested in this. We're taking calls from Celtic fans after Martin O'Neill said live on yesterday on talkSPORT that he doesn't want to take the job long term. Have a listen. I don't like that. Celtic fans will be very disappointed with that.
I don't have a problem with that. You seem to have a bee in your bonnet about this.
I have. At this time of the year.
Martin has done fantastically well and has had a wonderful career.
Of course he has, yes.
And he is well within his rights to say, okay, I'm maybe at an age now where I just want to chill and enjoy doing bits and pieces. Now, he has given us that insight, and you're saying...
I'm not having that.
What?
I'm not having
that. You can't. The man's been 100% honest with us.
I would be saying, if I was asked that question, I'd be saying, oh, no, you can't ask me that now. I am totally focused on Celtic winning the Scottish Premier.
Well, he still is.
Ask me come the end of the season.
He still is.
Yeah, but you don't give it away now.
He didn't. He didn't say he wasn't going to take it. He said he didn't. He said he didn't want it.
No, he did. Well, let's hear that again, please. Can we hear that again?
He said he didn't want it particularly. He didn't say he wasn't. You know, things can change. You know, things can change. Things can. You know,
he didn't want to go in the first place.
Oh, he didn't say that.
No, he said that before.
Oh, I didn't know.
He
that.
didn't want to leave. No,
when he was there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was daft, wasn't it? I mean, let's be quite frank
Can
about
we
that.
hear it?
Well, we're going to get.
Let's hear. This was yesterday on White and Jordan.
If you chase Hearts down and win this league, would you want this job if it was there to be gotten?
Yeah, would I want the job? Do you want an answer now?
Yeah,
Probably
I do.
not.
Yeah, I do. Because I know you would.
Right. Yeah, probably not.
You don't want it.
Are you serious, Martin? Probably not.
Yes.
You wouldn't want it full time.
Yeah, but listen, lads, you two are young men. There's a difference. You know, you're young men. You're vibrant.
He's not young.
No, he is. But listen. Everyone's young in comparison to me.
See,
No.
He
said probably not.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the Celtic fans want to hear that.
It's not a no.
I think it'd been a much better answer and say, look, I'm really enjoying it at the moment. It's great to be back in. And if we win it, then let me think about it.
You want him just to toe the party line and just say that?
No, I'm not toe the party. Keep the punters, on behind them saying, let me think about it when we retain the Premier League, the SPL. Let me think about it then.
Well, get the Celtic.
That's the way to do it.
I want to hear what the Celtic lads have got to say.
He may go up to the board, I don't know, but you don't have to come clean at this moment in time. There's a lot to play for.
You've had a good window.
Away you go. We've not spent a penny, have we? Right, rugby, we've done that. Celtic fans, your reaction. All three, 717 22 33 44. Let's head to the phone lines now. Alan is a Celtic fan. I know I am. Oh, good morning, Alan.
Morning, Alan.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, good.
Well, mate.
Try to wind us up here, Alan. I'm not having it.
Listen, you've got to respect Martin's wishes. I mean, as much as he's a legend at the club, I mean, he's 75 years old. I mean, give the guy a break. You know what I mean? If he doesn't want the job, he doesn't want the job. Don't get me wrong. I want him to take the job. I really, really do. But is it going to suit Martin at his age? I don't think so.
That's exactly what I'm, Alan.
No, but does he have to come out? Alan, does he have to come out of it now? We've not won it yet. When we win it, he can make his mind up.
Well, listen, this is true. I mean, but let's say he does win it, he doesn't win it. You know, I mean, I don't think it's going to influence his personal decision. I mean, he's obviously, like I say, I don't want to use the word pensioner, but I mean, he's 75 years old, you know what I mean? He's obviously, he's in his twilight years and maybe he doesn't need the stress. You know, maybe he doesn't need the stress of managing Celtic at that age. You know,
I think you're right, Alan. I think he's earned his stripes.
With him, Alan.
I think he's earned his stripes, and all he said was, "Would he want a job?" And he said, "Probably not." I mean, that's not groundbreaking rules. He's earned his stripes. The one thing he shouldn't have been replaced in the first place when he went back up. To be honest, Alan, that's where I'm on it.
All right, well, let me take another one.
Thanks,
Alan.
Alan.
Thank you. Brian's a Celtic supporter. Brian, morning.
Morning, Brian.
Good morning, lads. First of all, I'll do it as quick as I can. I won't hang about. What I want to say is, first of all, what Mr. McCoist there got on about how can Celtic be favourites? Celtic can be favourites because Martin O'Neill's in manager and they've won 13 out of 14, or he's won 13 out of 14 games. Just won in Europe, qualified, positivity. You said they never signed players. They've signed 5 players, albeit on loan. 2 have already played. One of them scored and one of them's made a goal. And the other one, the right back, looks good enough.
You've signed 5 players in loan. You've got everybody shaking in their shoes.
And so have Rangers. One shot in target against Hibs. But anyway...
Brian,
I agree with you there, mate. It was agony.
Are they going to do it, Brian?
I think Celtic will do it. I think they're not playing well, as Ali said, but I think they've got the guys. They've got enough guys in the team that can make the difference between now and the end of the season. Tonight, I think it's not as straightforward based on the odds you were talking about against Aberdeen, but I think a nice wee victory tonight, and then the fixtures don't fall nice for Rangers or Hearts the next couple of weeks. Rangers are obviously away tomorrow, and then they've got Hearts as well before we play them. But going back to Martin O'Neill, the main point, I think Martin should go at the end of the season. I think it's time. Not only do we need a new kind of, I don't know, a young, vibrant manager. I'm not saying someone of the ilk of Frank Lampard or, even Steven Gerrard.
Robbie Keane. You take Robbie Keane, Brian?
Possibly Robbie Keane. Yeah, well, obviously, Brown, he's got contacts all over the place, which is an important thing. But the most important thing, as you know, all the background noise at the moment at Celtic, we need someone to stand up to the board. We need someone to come in and say, "This is what I want. Give me it." And also, sad but true, someone needs to come in and be some sort of mediator to say, you need to tell the fans what's going on. You need to get the fans involved. And Celtic are where we are at the moment, but probably because the board have made so many mistakes. You know the Nancy one, but even during the Nancy period, the fans right from the start were already against the board, and the board were not communicating. Even if the board communicated through the Nancy period, I'm not saying anything would have changed.
Well, Brian, just maybe, Martin wins it and then goes upstairs to the board. That's you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, Martin has, you guys know him obviously quite well. He has made little kind of, I don't want to say sly comments, but like comments in the background that you know that he's angry, you know that he's not agreeing with the board, but he's still towing the party line, which was a quote from one of you earlier on. So I don't know. There's going on this weekend. I don't know if you know, but there's going to be a lot of protests this weekend. A meeting last night. Wants to take it further and take it into the European game next week and all that. So I suppose while I'm on and I've got the chance to hear listening to me, I'll just say to all Celtic supporters, try. If we're going to do protests, we're going to do anything, do it. But don't affect the team on the park.
It does them no good whatsoever.
You're right, mate. You're actually right.
Brian, I've got to break, but you're spot on.
All the best,
you,
Brian. Thanks for your call, pal.
Okay, coming up, a different ball.
So
two legends in the show.
So it's finished with the Celtic show. Can we move on now? Can we?
Martin Johnson and Jason Robinson coming next.
My biggest regret playing for England and not playing for Scotland. So,
are you serious?
Harvey Barnes, don't do the same thing.
It's your biggest regret.
You didn't know that.
Playing for England.
I want to play for Scotland.
There you go.
Did you really?
Yeah, that national anthem was.
Oh man, Flower of Scotland, unbelievable.
You're getting me all sentimental, guys. Man. We need, because you've got a lot of things going on. You've got a tour going on at this moment, a stand-up show called Defying Calamity, right?
That's right.
How do you go on tour and defy calamity?
Well,
surely they go hand in hand.
Yeah, well, they do a little bit. Yeah, it depends how the gigs go. But it's just great fun. You know, as you know, I do like lots of impressions of politicians and a few football and cultural people. And then I talk about having survived cancer a couple of years ago and the changes to my body as a result of it. So it's like mixing the personal with the political, and it's just great fun. You know, it's good to be alive.
Do you know what I'm dying to ask somebody like yourself, Matt? Where do you just get an idea? Obviously, when you've got a tour planned, you'll go and you'll do a script and you'll have a line you'll follow. But where do you see the humour? Where do you find the humour? Is it in everyday life?
It's everyday life, and I think I watch a lot of the news, and then you see sort of hypocrisy or incompetence. You know, they're always like good things. But what I often try and do is I do this whole thing about. So I had the base of my spine removed, so I've lost bladder and bowel function, so I've got a colostomy bag and I have to catheterise. I'm currently having treatment for erectile dysfunction on the NHS. So that I'm not just going from like, here's a Trump impression and Keir Starmer to that, I'll sort of blend the two and say, who would I rather have as my doctor? Would I rather have Keir Starmer? Look, the reality is, you're in a situation now where you're probably never going to have a sex life that you would fully enjoy. There is no sensation in that area. Or would you rather have Trump going, I think it's going to get bigger than it ever was, and I think you're going to have a wonderful...
Good morning, 9:20. Brazil and McCoist. Now it's time to welcome to the show two men that gave us one of the greatest moments in the history of English sport.
It's coming back for Johnny Wilkinson. He drops for World Cup glory. Yes! It's over. He's done it. England have won the 2003 World Cup.
Please welcome two-time British and Irish Lions captain and the man that captained England in that World Cup final back in 2003, Martin Johnson, and the man that scored in the final, one of England's greatest ever wingers, Jason Robinson. Guys, a very good morning.
Great to see you, boys. How are we?
Morning. One of England's greatest ever wingers.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually said the, but it was a line through it. I said one of after that.
Yeah. Well, you know I'm half Scottish as well. I thought you'd
exactly.
top me up. Don't you go there, right?
It could have been so different. Yes, it could have been so different, mate.
We'll get there. Where's this Chinese you're talking about? Let's get this out of the way.
That's unbelievable.
The feeties.
Incredible. The wee man just come in and he's hit me with a Chinese we used to go to every Thursday night in life, and you've taken me back. It's not there anymore, mate.
Yeah, my CEO used to serve you all the time. You were in all the time.
I used to have a diet spare ribs. I had a diet spare washed in with water. Great happy days, mate. Of course, she might have another story to that. But there you go. You've got to give him my best wishes.
Were you there on your own or teammates?
Oh, team-handed. Team, you know that. You know the drill, Martin. So listen, guys, what's it like listening to that again? I mean, it's one of these things you can never get tired of listening to that. The commentary, everything about it, must just take you straight back.
Yeah, it's a while ago, isn't it? But it's still, you know, people of that generation, it's still very, very much top of their thoughts, isn't it? And one of their greatest, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, it's,
yeah,
I was there, and they were there with someone. That's the thing, I think. You know, it takes me back. I was there with, you know, a parent who's maybe gone or a grandparent or whatever. So yeah, it's
the whole thing. I mean, the drama, the whole thing, the opposition, the venue, the way it happened. You know, Johnny, everything about it. It was just incredible. It was just
Did Johnny do something?
Yeah, I think right at the end.
Did he?
I think right at the end, yeah.
It was quiet, wasn't
he had a minor part playing it, didn't he? The minor part.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. There's not many day that goes past where somebody doesn't remind you of that. And we're just doing a campaign now with Green King. Fans reunited, and you know, it's just about getting people into the pubs, just reconnecting, and that's what we've done over, you know, since we finished. Because those relationships, you know, often drift apart, and you know, now we're getting back together again.
Well, I think you're right. See, watching sport, we all love a sport. It's fantastic. It brings us all together. But there's something about watching sport together.
Yeah. And I think that's what Jason, you know, was saying. Six Nations is coming. That's the perfect opportunity. Yeah. Catch up with someone you haven't seen for a while. Go down the pub, watch the game. Yeah, and it just makes what would be a good occasion anyway even better, doesn't it? It adds to it. So I think we've all got great memories of being with friends, watching the rugby or, you know, the football or whatever it is, down at the pub, a couple of pints. And Green King, You got a free pint, haven't they, if you book?
Book a table.
Book a table.
Yeah, with your mates.
Get a free drink. So
The Six Nations is
That's certainly appeals to the Scotsman. That's certainly appeals to the Scottish.
Alan suddenly
Was that a free pint there? Somebody piped in with a free pint.
We'll see you there tomorrow night.
Yeah, the breweries, Bury St Edmunds between Newmarket and Ipswich. Am I right in saying that was World in Union, Tekenawa, Dame Tekenawa sang
Dame
that?
Kiwi Tekenawa. I think it was originally.
Well,
Yeah,
I think my mate wrote it, Bob Patmore.
Oh, you're throwing that in.
Oh, mate.
I think the Chinese up with notes.
I'll just pick that name up. What about the Six Nations, lads? France favourites. Is that due to the fact that you would argue that the tougher opponents, perhaps, on paper at home? I mean,
you said that, Ali.
Well,
I think probably so. Yeah, they've got England, and Ireland at home, which still makes a big difference in rugby in that tournament, particularly because it's such a great tournament, isn't it? For exactly what we've just talked about, people meeting up, going to those. The games are not just a game; it's a weekend for most people. You know, it's a big occasion. So yeah, I think France maybe their nose is slightly ahead, but it's
Dupont's back, isn't he? I saw him. Come on at Glasgow. Played at Glasgow.
Yeah, Dupont's back at 9. Scrum half. They're 10. They're all 10s out, but they've still got lots of good players.
Yeah,
Ireland, are they aging a wee bit or not?
I think quietly everyone's saying that a little bit about Ireland. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, but they've had a lot of injuries, Ireland. They're sort of struggling.
But they will love to be written off, won't they?
Yeah, first game.
Cool. As everyone does. They'll love to be written off. So they'll be sitting there thinking, everyone thinks we're going to lose. You know, we're getting old or we've got injuries or whatever, and that could be perfect for them. So it's the great thing with it, you don't really know till you watch it.
Mm-hmm. And the opener, England-Wales, a lot of people say, well, formality. Is it? Wales, Wales.
Well, that's got to be one of the stories, a sad story. I mean, there has been, whether we like it, face up, there's been a tragic decline in Welsh international rugby.
Yeah.
What's caused it?
I mean, from an Englishman looking in, that they've had some very, very good teams in the last sort of 20 years even, and then they just seem to be relying on those older guys hanging on a little bit, and then when they've finally gone, it has been a big gap, and it's suddenly a load of younger players thrown in, which is always, playing international sport, particularly rugby, when you've got a load of younger guys, is very difficult for them. So they just need to hang on and get their experience. But I think on Saturday, for them, it's the obvious thing. If they can stay in the game, they can stay in the game. The crowd at Twickenham will be expecting. Yeah. So for them, it's just keeping it close and making England nervous, and then see what they can do. So it's a big ask for them. But when you're written off, they've got nothing to lose in a way.
Yeah, it should be a comfortable win for England. But if there's one game that Wales want to win,
I get it.
It's England.
Yeah. What about these 2 away games then? I'm just thinking of the French, England going there, Ireland going there. As an England player, was Murrayfield the not the toughest in terms of who you're playing against, but the crowd, the experience, or is it France, or is it Dublin?
I bet it's everywhere with that
All
ball.
of them. You're right. Everyone wants to beat you.
There's got to be one.
No, they were. I got in that England team early 90s when they'd had the big rivalry with Scotland, the loss in 1990. So that was very personal.
I was there.
Was that the windy one? Everyone was blaming.
No, that was 2000. That was 10 years later. You didn't beat us between 90 and 2000. They're the only games people remember.
It was Stanger, wasn't it? Was that?
Stanger in 90, yeah, the Grand Slam game.
I was there.
That's
like
Scotland won the Grand Slam, yeah. So I think it's right with England. Wherever you go, there's a rivalry, and they want to beat you. So that it was made it fun though playing for England, because there was never a sort of ho-hum game. They were all always tasty, and going away in the Six Nations is difficult. Where are England right at this moment in time, boys? Because I've got to say I like Steve Borthwick. I enjoy listening to him. I think there's been a steady improvement in the side. Where are they at the moment, do you think?
I think they're in a good place. I mean, they come off the back of 11 consecutive wins. I think the team, you just look at the team and look at the bench, the strength that England have got at the moment. They've got Tom Curry, Maritoji, on the bench. But he's also, I think, picked up. It'd be interesting to see how it goes, because Arundel's on the wing, Faye Weboso, Freeman's in the centre. These guys have got pace. And I think if England are going to win this championship, we have to play a bit.
Yeah.
France won last year, and it was they won by points. So tries are going to make a big. It's not just about winning the games. You've got to get that bonus point as well to win. So I'm hoping that England do play a bit and just give a bit of width to the ball.
Characters in sport, any sport. Pollock. Are we big Pollock fans here, guys?
Well, he gets everyone talking. I mean, I get asked about him all the time, but he gets everyone talking. To do what he's done at his age and to be around that team, because the position he's in is the position probably England are strongest in. Jason's right. I think there's good strength and depth there, but I think the last piece of a team when you're developing, you can be tough up front and good defence is scoring those tries. And to beat, when you play a good French team, you sort of know they're probably going to score at least one try, probably two. So you've got to get 24, 25 points plus to beat them.
Yeah.
So you need to be scoring those tries.
And Pollock's one of those players that could come on and chip the ball over, regather, and run 40 metres.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. I'm sure there's a lot of opposition sides thinking, can't wait till you get hold of the ball. But he keeps proving people wrong, and he's playing well. So,
and atmosphere-wise, your favourite away ground for a brilliant atmosphere? Is there one? Because Wales can be noisy. Scotland, of course.
Wales. I always say the singing at Wales when they do the anthem, the atmosphere there. Yeah. The stadium's brilliant. It's a very, very enclosed, so you can't really beat that. I mean, the great thing for us is we went with good teams, so we went. We went and we could be confident of winning. We could walk out there, look at each other, and go, we'll have this. I grew up in a generation where we couldn't win there. We didn't win there for 28 years.
Oh, way.
England didn't win at Cardiff for 28 years, something like 63.
Well, I get brought up with that Welsh team. I mean, that proper Welsh. I'm a Scotsman. I can almost name a team. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to get shot. But one more question. If he's eyeballing me,
don't worry about it.
Is the gap between Southern Hemisphere and Northern Hemisphere as close as it's ever been? I look back. We got the World Cup to look forward to. I look back to that last World Cup, and I'm thinking the game's 2 points, 1 point. It's just absolutely unbelievable.
I think so. I think Ireland, France, England, they're all right up there. South Africa's still probably got the noses ahead of everyone. Right now.
They're going to.
So I think everyone's chasing South Africa.
Yeah. Guys, just to go back, Green King. So it's just come down, watch live sport,
reconnect with your mates, book a table, free drink. Everyone's a winner. Six Nations Championship.
We're in.
Let's get into it.
Job's a good one.
Sounds good, Alistair.
We're in.
Guys, great to talk again.
Sold to the two Scotsmen.
And then home for a Chinese.
I'll find out more of this Chinese. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, lads. Great to see you.
Okay, coming up, the last half hour coming up. Jason and the big fella Martin. Thank you, and it's going to be great. Great sport coming up over the next few weeks, and we're going to talk about it.
I want to start with asking who's the best player you ever played with and why?
Played with? It's difficult when you've got goalkeepers, defenders, midfield players, Patrick, and it's supposed to be quick, isn't it?
Well,
okay,
you're all right.
Okay, good. Patrick and Manu Petit, great midfielders.
You only picked one, though.
Robert Perez, Mark Overmars. There was so many. Freddie Lundberg, so many quality players. Dennis Bergkamp, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry.
So 20.
Yeah, but Dennis is Thierry, greatest goal scorer. He's got the lead for the Arsenal. But I think I'm going to say Dennis because he can make goals and score goals. It's big difference. He made most of Thierry's goals. So I would say the best player I've ever played with was Dennis.
That's a club one. What about internationally?
Teddy did that job for us, for England, and he was very underestimated. I think Teddy Sheringham, Alan Shearer was a fantastic centre forward, bit of a throwback to the Haaland days where would have been Alan Shearer was a cup of tea for me. You know, he's easy because he was like old school.
Just dismissed Haaland, Shearer,
Exactly.
Easy to defend.
The kind of ones that used to stay, but Peter Beardsley's and Gary Lineker's, he would sit on your shoulder. He's very quick and stuff. But Brian Robson, I'm going to say Brian Robson because he could make goals and score goals. But he was the heartbeat of when I used to come through and I made my debut and stuff. He was a tremendous leader, phenomenal player. Yeah. So.
Henry?
Yeah, when you played, were some games actually harder in training? Because
it's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
22 minutes to 10. Thanks, Sinead, by the way. Yes, some sad news this morning. John Virgo, one of snooker's most iconic figures in the table on the commentary box, died aged 79. I don't know if John was ill. Ali is,
No,
whispers.
I hadn't heard John was ill, but sad. Very funny man.
Yeah,
very funny
nice
man.
guy.
Great guy. He, believe it or not, he spoke at one of my testimonial dinners. Alan, back in the day, a good few years ago, come up to, it was either Glasgow or Edinburgh, I can't remember where it was. Gentleman, wicked, as I say, wicked sense of humour, and you could tell all the boys really, really liked him. Stephen Henry and John Parrott and all the lads. So it's a sore one this morning, mate.
Do you remember? I'll tell a quick story talking about that, because going back to Pot Black, you remember Pot Black?
Of course I remember Pot Black.
Fantastic.
Pot Black was the one before, remember the big break?
Yeah, correct.
Pot Black was the original, BBC Two, unless I'm wrong.
This would be 1984-85, I was playing at United, and Mere Golf and Country Club used to have a poker night on a Sunday night, and I went in there one night playing poker, yeah. And just about to go, 'cause it was really foggy outside, and I thought, you better get home before the fog really sets in. Anyway, who walks in but Alex Higgins? And he's got his big long coat on. He's, he's what do you call them? Yeah, big long coat, you know, a nice dress
Overcoat, trench coat.
No, warmer.
Sheepskin.
No, it'll come to me. Anyway, he comes in.
Crombie,
and he's got a load of cues with him. I said, Alex, how you doing? Where you been? He says, can I have a game? I said, no, where you been? He said, I've been over around Leeds, that area, looking for cues. I went, what do you mean? So he was telling me to get a good cue, you've got to have the right feeling. So first of all, if you like it, you buy it, you take it home, and then you put lead in it, right? So you drill it, put lead, so it's the perfect weight for you anyway.
Right.
He said, can I have a game? And there was a guy there, right? There was a guy there who was he must have been a street fighter when he was younger, right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
rough,
full of muscles.
Yeah.
You know, and,
I know the type.
So this is getting late now, right? And the fog's really setting in. And Alex does his money early doors. And he's clearly had a few. And then borrows a bit, and borrows a bit more, borrows a bit more. Anyway, it's not going too well. And luckily I was in front, just, not a lot. And I thought I better go. And I tried to go. He said, don't go, just play. So anyway, cut a long story short, he runs out of money in a hand and he wants to borrow it. He says, no, the rules are you can't borrow. Anyway, and I thought, this is getting a bit nasty.
Ooh.
And Alex is getting a bit lippy
to
the street fighter, right?
Dear me.
So I leave. And as I get in the courtyard to get the cab, I hear this bang, boom, bang, 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 boom, boom. It's all kicked off.
No.
Tables going everywhere. I thought, quick, cab, home. So the following weekend, I'm lying on the couch, fast asleep, and I'm just sort of dozing, hearing, and Pop Black's on the telly, right? And I think it was David Vine, was it? David Vine?
You might be right, yeah, David Vine.
And he says, poor Alex is complaining again. He's got a kick on the white ball. He says, he doesn't look very well, does he? His daughter's pony a few nights ago, and the paddocks kicked him all over the... I looked up, opened one eye. He was black and blue. I mean, what a state he was in. He got a right kick.
And he gave it the old my daughter's pony.
He gave it the big one, yeah, my daughter's pony.
They tell me he was some boy, Alan.
Oh, he was a great character.
Oh,
he used to be a jockey, you know, a long time ago. I think it was, but he was a great character. But I've seen poor old Alex is gone, obviously, but there was what was it now? The Tollykobble, no, not Toll, John Peachy, I think it was the Tollykobble Classic in Ipswich. We used to go all the time, snooker tournament, and we get invited back and have a few frames with the guys. And Alex he'd have a bottle of Audi before he went on the competition.
Well, he used to.
And knock in 100 breaks.
You know, he had a legendary, did he know of a drinking competition with Oliver Reed or something like that? I'm sure I read somebody did a drinking competition with Oliver Reed. There's nobody in their right mind. There's any competition with Oliver Reed about anything.
Well, I did do him in the on the Singapore slings and, and raffles.
So you did.
What a bit.
The legendary raffles. That's where it comes from, isn't it?
He wasn't there, but the guy told me when. You're a legend. You're a legend. Yeah, but that's where you have the monkey now. You just throw them over your shoulder.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
I know all about it. I've never been, never done it, but I know all about it.
What a trip that was, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. I'll be in trouble because Jill will be listening. A reminder that talkSPORT is your home of boxing. You won't want to miss the upcoming episode of Talk Boxing. Landing, it's 8 o'clock tonight, okay? Heavyweight duo Deontay Wilder and Chisora. Big Derek speak exclusively to Simon and Spencer Oliver. Now, how do you see that one going? Deontay against Chisora. Tricky one, isn't it? Because Derek can take a punch.
Yeah, well, he'll need to. They reckon, I mean, I might not be the best boxer, but they reckon Deontay Wilder's the hardest hitter at them all. That's what he said. I read somewhere. You know what it's like. But that's good. I mean, it's a good show, that. I mean, Simon and Spencer do it well. And that's at 8 p.m. on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. And this Saturday, there's a wee bit more. It's fight night in Liverpool. Nick Ball defends his WBA featherweight title in his hometown against former 2-weight division world champion Brendan Figueroa. Figueroa?
You used to go on holiday, didn't you? That was
Figueroa. You've been there, eh?
Of course I have.
I've been there, I know, late 70s. Live on talkSPORT, so don't miss the Zone's packed fight schedule with fights every week, including the highly anticipated rematch, Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington. That's on February the 21st and later that evening. Live from Las Vegas, early Sunday morning, a high-stakes clash as Ryan Garcia chases his first world title against Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight world title. Watch all these fights, big fella, and more, only on DAZN.
There's so many different belts in there. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. There's too many, isn't there?
Do you think so, or are we just getting old?
Probably a bit of both.
The World Championship was the best two in the world, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
Now
I get
I
back.
don't.
Well, the one thing I would say, we're getting great fights now. I don't think there's any doubt about it. But when I get back, the great era for me, that heavyweight era with Frazier Foreman and all those guys, and Ken Norton,
Rumble in the Jungle,
absolutely thrilling Manila, and then with that middleweight period,
Hitman
that
Helms,
was ridiculous. Helms,
Sugar Ray,
Duran,
no mass.
Marvellous Marvin.
Yeah.
I mean that was incredible. You remember Ken Buchanan took him as a low blow? Remember that?
Ken
Roberto
Buchanan
Duran.
was their first world champion to win in South America, I believe.
He was fantastic, Ken. What a boxer. What a boxer. Because that was riddled with controversy, the low blow, if I remember, versus Duran.
Yeah. And there was some great fights. Right, coming up, we turn our attention to tonight's football. Don't forget Newcastle trying to turn around a two-goal deficit live on talkSPORT against City. Should be a cracker, 9:45.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Arsenal are currently top. And Tony, it'd be fair to say you haven't always been praising this Arsenal regime under Arteta. Are you now being converted to the fact that they're title-winning material?
Well, I love this squad, and I think
this one, not necessarily back 3 or 4 years ago, is my point.
I think the squad couldn't handle the injuries. We had Saliba about 3 years ago, and it really struggled when he got injured. And like with Saka again, in previous years, if they had stayed fit, they would have definitely won the league those years. I think Arteta's learned from it. And I think the way that he rotates today is incredible. He really does. And we saw yesterday with Saka, I said at the top of the show, he got injured and we was able to get the job done still. So that would never have happened a few years ago. So I think they've got the best squad in the league. And if he keeps them happy, he's been totally supported by his owner as well. Josh is, 100 million for Declan. All of a sudden, anyone I want, bang, you're on it. You know what I mean? He's been able to assemble a fantastic squad of players that potentially could go on and win the league for a couple of years now.
So when you look at it now, you talk about the strength and depth. Do you think there's anything else they actually need? It may be a bit short time now to do it in this transfer window, but to go on and dominate?
I think they're all right for now. Central defender-wise, I like the cad at Palace, the central defender. Gare, is it?
Gay.
Yeah, Gay.
He's gone to City.
He's gone to City. I liked him. I thought he would have been good. I like the Villa guy as well, Konza. I think he's...
To South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
That's why you're not going from Gatwick. All the trains are knackered, aren't they?
Do you know something? You're right. How do you know that?
What? The trains? Because I listened to our newscast.
I went out to the wee boys' room. Didn't hear it.
No.
I just got a message at
South East Railways. Terrible.
I'm going to the city, which is perfect, as you know.
Now listen up. How does winning a trip down to beautiful South Africa next winter sound?
Oh, lovely, man.
We're giving a week for two at the 2027 New Year's test in beautiful Cape Town, cheering on England.
Get yourself over there.
I've not done Cape Town.
You're
I've done
kidding me
Joburg.
on.
No, I've not done Cape Town.
Cape Town's sensational.
What's the hotel? 12 Apostles, isn't it?
I can't remember. Have you been up to? Well, you've not been to Cape Town. You've not been up to Franschhoek and places like that.
No.
Franschhoek is absolutely one of the best places I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Stunning. Wine region, restaurants, the vineyards.
Wales.
Second, but just behind Wales.
Oh, tube.
I thought you said Wales.
Yeah, Wales.
Wales.
As in, Flipper.
No, the word
Flipper's mate.
Flipper's a dolphin, by the way.
Yeah, but
Flipper's
his
a dolphin.
great uncle's a whale.
Right. It's whales, not Wales.
All right, Willie.
Right, I thought you said Wales. And I did see Wales, because we went, is it Hermanus? We went down
Yes.
So we went down there, okay. You'll secure two...
Stellenbosch and all that out there.
Beautiful, beautiful. You can secure 2 places with official Barmy Army, putting you in the heart of the atmosphere. For every day of the match at one of the world's most iconic, and it is, iconic cricket grounds, flights, hotels, tickets and spending money on all
before you
covered.
go on, and I think you'll find probably the exchange rate is very, very good in your favour.
It's remarkably good. I was there, I don't know, I want to say 7-8 years ago, and I think it was about 18 rand, and you could not spend your money. And somebody told me it's 22 now.
Is it really?
So listen up, here's how you're going to win it. On you go, pal.
The countdown is on, you've not done that.
Sorry, the countdown is certainly on. And you've only got until 4 p.m. this Friday to get your entry in. Now, take it away.
You all right today?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate.
It's that Rangers talk. Celtic talk.
Celtic talk. It's not right off my stride.
And Rangers third favourites to win it as well.
No, joint second it was.
Right, for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. That's 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call us 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday. 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone. If it rings, don't forget. 18 plus, UK residents only. This network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Your chance to win, text WIN, WIN, to 83338 and do that now. Let's turn our attention back to tonight. Big night, evening for Man City tonight as they look to book their ticket to Wembley to face Arsenal. Despite a mouth-watering second leg against Newcastle, the focus isn't quite on the football this morning. Instead, Pep's comments in the media yesterday. Let's hear what Pep had to say.
I'm a little bit sad and upset because in net spent the last 5 years, we are the 7 in the Premier League. So I want to be the first. I don't understand how the club don't spend more money. So I'm a little bit grumpy with them. But with that position like we won in the past, because we spend a lot, now 6 teams have to win the Premier League. And the Champions League is the FA Cups because they spend more in the last 5 years. This is a fact, It's not, I would say, an opinion, You can say an opinion, for example, like you say, you play good or play bad against the Spurs. So we can be agree or disagree. And but that is facts. So good luck for the 6 teams who are in front of us to spend net in the last 5 years. Let's go. I'm waiting. Nice quota.
Do you think Pep's not conceding because he's a genius?
He's having a bite back. He's frustrated.
But do you think when he looks at Arsenal's bench and the size of the squad they have now, he's basically saying if we get injuries like that, we can't compete?
Well, he will be feeling that. There's no doubt about it, because I said to you earlier on, I've said it for a while, that might be the strongest squad I've ever seen in British football.
Yeah, Arsenal squad.
The 5 players they brought off the bench against Leeds, you look at the bench last night, it's formidable. It is absolutely, and they are reaping the rewards. But it ain't rocket science. They're competing in 4 fronts, and to compete in 4 fronts, you have to have a big squad,
But not only have Arsenal got a big squad, they've got a quite remarkably strong squad.
Quality-wise.
Correct. You almost do, well, you probably do. You have 2 players for every position, goalkeeper included. So, from that point of view, everybody will be looking at Arsenal and saying, wow, and Pep will be the exact same. I mean, I don't think, there's no way in this planet for me that he's put the tools away or he's thinking about anything else other than City winning the title, retaining the title and going for it. Not retaining the title, but going for the title. I just think he'll probably be as concerned about an opposition team than he has been. That Liverpool ran them close a couple of years. Remember those two title chases were absolutely remarkable. They're fantastic.
I think what's frustrating for him is giving good leads away, finish them off, game over, and they're not doing that.
I just don't think they're as strong defensively. I mean, I Stones and Diaz for me, Guardiola. I know they've got injuries and things like that. I get that. But they are not the same unit defensively. The goalkeeper's been excellent, I've got to say. I really like the goalkeeper. How could you not? Right full-back position and 2 centre-backs would concern me defensively at this moment in time. But you look back, their defence was always great. As I mentioned, whether it was Guardiola, Stones, clearly Diaz would be a miss as well. But they're not the same. And you've taken one of the best players we've seen in about 30, 40 years in the league out your team as well, and De Bruyne.
Yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to tonight.
What are you thinking tonight? Yeah, I think clearly you would expect Newcastle any chance to have to score first. Is that stating the obvious? Yeah,
I think City Arsenal final. Yeah. But Newcastle didn't they play well at Anfield for a good 35 minutes?
No,
passion, full of passion, and got tore in, as we say.
Get torn in.
But no, I think City tonight will be too good.
I think you might. Well,
we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. I think City will go through, but I think Newcastle will certainly have a go.
And your Scotsman on the wing might smash one in top corner.
I'm looking forward to seeing Harvey McBarnes again. Harvey McBarnes going in that flank. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Right, coming up, we head up to Newcastle with Jim, Gabby and Crookie. Join me and Gabby tomorrow morning from 6 o'clock, live from St James's Park. Enjoy the football tonight. I've enjoyed it. Safe flight.
Have a good day.
See you tomorrow. Right, 4 minutes after 6. I'm still alive, okay?
I've got to talk about Romero. He's done an Instagram post, and I'm going to read it out for people out there. And I think it's a bit of a dig at the ball, to be honest. It says, "Great effort from all my teammates yesterday. They were incredible. I wanted to be available to help them, even though I wasn't feeling well, especially since we only had 11 players available. Unbelievable, but true, and disgraceful. We'll keep showing up, taking responsibility to turn this around, working hard and staying together. All that's left is to thank all of you for being there and always supporting us, the fans."
He's got some front, by the way, him. He has got some front.